We have 6 high-quality programs throughout Erie County. We serve children from 6 weeks old until 12 years old. All centers participate in the Keystone Stars. We have individualized programming to meet the needs of every child, including 3 inclusive classrooms. We have pre-K counts programs, summer programming, before and after school programs. Transportation is provided for some programs, along with meals and snacks. Are you thinking you can't afford early connections? Tuition assistance is available for eligible families. We have CCIS that we accept, and we also have other streams of funding that might be able to help you. Please log on to earlyconnectionserie.org to learn more about our programming. Let's have all of our children throughout Erie County be ready for success in kindergarten and beyond. Early Connections creates lifelong learners, one child at a time.
Erie's home for sports. CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Now back to the Jody Mack Show. Please keep your hands inside the ride at all times. Here's Jody Mack.
Sticking around with you for another 3+ hours here on CBS Sports Radio. Jody Mack with open phones at 855-212-4227. We start with a little basketball stuff, NBA, a lot of moves this week. I'll get into the whole LeBron drafting for the NBA All-Star Weekend, which I think, again, shows why he is the most powerful man in the NBA. Sorry, Adam Silver. Certainly NFL stuff, giving the Patriots their props. My mea culpa is because I picked the Rams. Incorrect. Thought it'd be a close game. Thought the Rams could find a way to win it. The Eagles did the year before. I thought the Rams could do the same. Woefully wrong. Congrats to the Patriots on their win, their 6th championship. Just a phenomenal effort and dynasty advancing win by New England. And I got to take one more mea culpa out there. I got some play for this, not only on my Twitter, but I guess it popped up on a couple of national Twitter accounts as well. I gave you my pick. I took the Rams, and the Rams on the money line and under in the game. The only thing I got right was the under. I thought it would be a low-scoring game, and I was correct there. I took a couple of shots in prop bets. I kind of took a lottery shot on Aqib Talib to be the MVP. Because it's always it's almost always an offensive player. It's usually the quarterback. Oh, it wasn't this time. Julian Edelman won it and deserved to win it by as a matter of fact. But I took a shot on Talib. I bet that he could get an interception in the game. I think it was 5-1 that he got an INT. 80-1 that he won the MVP. I said maybe he even gets a pick 6. That'll give him the MVP. So I was wrong about those. And I took one other bet that I actually handicapped. A prop bet that I handicapped. They were offering matchups between players on the 2 individual teams. Certainly the quarterbacks, who's going to throw for more yards, who's going to throw for more touchdowns, who's going to rush for more yards. They matched up 2 individuals for receiving yards in the game. For the Patriots, it was Chris Hogan, who is their 4th option in their passing game, 5th option in their passing game, somewhere thereabouts, against Todd Gurley, who one of the reasons why I like the Rams was I bought into all week, and I saw several interviews that Gurley did in which he said he was feeling that much better. He was 100%. The 2 weeks off helped him, and I thought he was going to be a big factor in the game. So I said he should be a factor in their passing game, too, because he's a very good receiver out of the backfield. So I figured Hogan might get the ball thrown to him 3-4 times top in the game. He'll get 30-plus yards. Gurley might get it thrown to him 5 times in the game. If he can make one real good move, he might break off a 15, 18-yard reception, which could get him up near 40 for the game. And, oh, by the way, Hogan was a slight favorite in the bet. You got a little juice with Gurley, if Chuck Gurley on the wager, which I did. I took Todd Gurley to get more receiving yards than Chris Hogan. Chris Hogan had the ball thrown to him 5 times in a game. He was targeted 5 times. Do you know how many yards he had? 0. He did not catch any of the 5 balls that went his way. Todd Gurley, on the other hand, was targeted once. They only threw the ball to him once. And how many yards did he get? -1. So I lost a bet to a guy who had exactly 0 yards in the game. He had 0 yards, and I still lost. And I got a couple people that sent me off to it. Because I put my, when I make these predictions and selections, I put them up on Twitter. And I did with my prop bets, too, including the under and the Rams. And I had a couple people tell me, oh, Jordy, that's a bad beat. Oh, that's just a bad beat. No, it's not a bad beat. It's a bad bet. A bad beat is when you make a smart bet and then somebody makes a play late in the game that really has no effect on the outcome of the game, but it changes the status of the wager. Oh, no. That wasn't this. Todd Gurley got -1 yards. He lost to a guy that got 0 yards. That's 100% on me. That's just a bad bet. That's not a bad beat. That's a bad bet. Kind of like what the Patriots did to the Rams. It wasn't a bad beat for the Rams. No, it was a beat down by the Patriots. So if you want to talk football, we can. You want to talk basketball, we can. Hit me up. 855-212-4227. Ed from Sacramento going to fire first today. Hello, Eddie.
Hello, Jody. Thanks for taking my call.
You got it.
I'm a big NFL fan since 1974, and I wish the NFL would bring back the one game they took away from us back then, was the World Champions versus the College All-Stars. Do you remember that?
Yes.
The Steelers were the last team to do. What a way to scout college players. To me, if they're in action with a Super Bowl, you're going to get a lot more out of that than you do at the Combine.
Not necessarily. And when would you want to play this game?
Oh, you play right after the Super Bowl. Give them a week or two, and then just play it.
Okay, so who's playing for the pro team?
Well, this year it would be the New England Patriots.
Oh, so you'd play the actual champions.
You got it.
So rather than celebrate and have a parade and be able to go out and bask in all the glory of their championship, you want them to play another game after it.
That's what they used to do.
Okay, there's a reason why they did away with it. It was a foolish idea then. And to reenact it would be a foolish idea now. And, by the way, the players have a lot more say in how they're used, what they're asked to do, how much play they actually do. The one thing they've won in their last couple collective bargaining agreements is that they've cut down on the amount of time that they have to put in. Practice at the facilities, everything else. They haven't got the chunk of the money that they wanted, but they've been able to wean back how much the NFL controls all their activities, and there's no way the Players Association would sign off on something like that, ever.
Okay.
Never.
Well, thanks for taking my call.
Never going to be revisited. Sorry about that. No chance, no how. Ray from Idaho's up on CBS Sports Radio.
Hey, guys.
What do you say?
Thanks for taking my call. I got a couple of things here. When you talk about the Rams game, I think they made a big mistake in leaving the game in the hands of golf. That's number one. Number two.
Well, whose hands would you put it in?
Well, what I mean by that is they had a running back. I think they should have allowed Gurley more touches on the ball and more than one pass out of the backfield. I couldn't believe that. That's one thing there.
So
now,
who made those decisions?
The coaching and the offensive coordinator, I guess.
Yes, Sean McVay. Sean McVay, like I said, woefully outcoached.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting there watching the game, and I'm trying to figure out. I can see this 1,000 miles away, and they can't see it. That's number one. Number two, when you talk about the GOAT, I don't see Brady as being the GOAT. I'm going to tell you why.
Really?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. When you look at New England offensive scheme, there's no question Brady's an accurate passer. He can throw the long ball. But when you watch New England's offensive scheme, New England dink and dunk you. And I don't understand why defensive coordinators don't see what they do and haven't figured it out. I don't understand that. If you watch
they've been doing it for 18 years.
Exactly. You tell me nobody thinks, okay, the teams that have beaten New England normally are physical, and they don't play a zone. They'll play a man or one-on-one, and you beat me that way. When they played Seattle in the Super Bowl, Pete Carroll gave that game away. They paid him millions of dollars to make the dumbest call in Super Bowl history. Seattle played them physical, man-to-man, and New England...
All right, let me get a quick question in here. If not Brady, who?
I'd put it this way. If I had a choice with a 2-minute warning, and I'll tell you the reason I say not Brady. When you hit Brady, Brady gets rattled, just like other quarterbacks.
Again, now you're giving me what Brady isn't. I'm asking you who. It's a real simple question. I'm looking for a name. I'm looking for a player. If Tom Brady isn't the greatest quarterback of all time, who is?
Okay, I can't put just one, but if I had a choice, I'd take Montana.
Montana, you want to talk about a system quarterback? He was Mr. West Coast offense.
Let me make my point, okay? The reason I say Montana, when Montana is pressured, he did not rattle. He knew how to get out the pocket. Brady, you watch the Super Bowl, they hit him a few times, just like Seattle did. When you see New York Giants do the same thing,
How many Super Bowls has Montana played?
6'3" and 1260 is proud to be the new home of Erie Otters hockey. Now let's go live and join the voice of the Erie Otters, Aaron Cooney.
The Otters taking on the Oshawa Generals last night. East versus West matchup in a hockey game that the Erie Otters are looking to rebound following a loss Wednesday night to the Kitchener Rangers. As the Erie Otters would open up that first period, only managing 3 shots on goal. The Oshawa Generals would open the scoring in the first as Anthony Salonici would get open for the opening tally. Left back down near side corner. Erie territory. Scoreless hockey and tucked in front. Open is Salonici, and he buries it between the face-off circles, and the Generals take the 1-0 lead with 12:14 to play in the first. Erie, though, would head to the second period. A power play on the way, and at 6:20, Peter Chaika makes it a 1-1 hockey game. Gives the drives at the point, coming to the right side. One-timer kicked out by Kaiser. Konechny picks up the rebound. They guide it down below the goal line for Yetton. He's shouldered by Milani. Look out, skips out in front. Here's a try, and it's Peter Chaika on the giveaway. Ties the game at 1 on the power play. Otters tie the hockey game up at 1, but shortly thereafter, it's the Generals going ahead once again. Sarah Noel on the board with his 28th of the season. And the Otters have to play catch-up. And seconds later, the Otters' Gara Podubny, 23 seconds to be exact, would tie it up. And late in the frame, the Otters working in the offensive zone. And it's Daniel D'Amato able just to throw the puck to the front of the net. Good things happen when you do that. And this one goes off the skate of Kyle Kaiser, and he puts it into his own goal on the trickle. Newman back after it. Poke checked away from him by Alex Gritz as Ryan Martin looks to chase this one down in the offensive zone. Martin on the play. Sends it out in front. Velati guides away, but look out. Rolling around along the goal line, and it goes in. It was thrown in front. Dan D'Amato was the man in front of the goal. May have gotten the last piece of it, and the Otters jump ahead 3-2. 3-2, and then former Erie Otters would take over this hockey game. Into the third period, Brett Newman with his 4th goal against the Erie Otters this season. He would tie things up at 3, which would leave us into overtime. And in the overtime frame, it's another former Erie Otter who already had 2 assists on the night. Erie's first-round pick in 2016, Alan McShane, will end it in overtime. Sarah Noel will take over there for the Generals. Wheeling left wing side, Chaika in pursuit. It's the breaks, Noel curls it left side. Natton with a man in front. They go to McShane. One-timer, he scores. Alan McShane in his former home with his 25th of the season. And the Generals prevail in overtime, 4-3. That's your final 4-3. The Otters fall to the Oshawa Generals. The first time the Generals have won in this building since 2014. But the Otters, all importantly, do pick up a point on that game. It brings them within 3 points coming into tonight, where they take on the Windsor Spitfires. A critical hockey game here from the Erie Insurance Arena, with the Otters looking to climb within a single point to the final playoff spot in the Western Conference. Hello again, everybody. I'm Aaron Cooney. It's the Erie Federal Credit Union pregame show. We'll set the scene for tonight's matchup. Otters and Spitfires in the final time this year from the Erie Insurance Arena. More coming up. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
The Sheraton and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels are proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. Join them for their pregame and postgame celebration at the award-winning Bayfront Grill or the brand-new Shoreline Grill, located just minutes away from all the action. Let them help you fuel up for the high-energy game with their extensive menus and craft brew selections. You ought to be dining with the best. The Sheraton Erie Bayfront Grill and Courtyard by Marriott.
Every time you enter the doors at New Motors, you're guaranteed to find the most experienced team in town. They understand the value of teamwork, provide great customer service, fight to get you the best price, and at the end of the day,
outstanding customer service is our goal.
Only at New Motors.
When you visit, remember, tell them Larry sent you.
Together, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield and AHN St. Vincent Hospital are collaborating for cancer breakthroughs. We're sharing insights to help improve treatment times and results for you and your loved ones. For certain types of cancer, radiation treatment times have been cut in half and achieved the same level of success, exposing patients to less radiation and giving them a chance at a quicker recovery. Highmark and AHN St. Vincent. Together for health, together for you. Visit togetherforerie.com to learn more.
It's brand new and a classic, the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. This CUV delivers direct injection, turbocharged performance with super all-wheel control. Its dynamic design comes in great colors. Technology includes blind spot warning, lane change assist, and rear cross traffic alert.
The all-wheel drive Eclipse Cross now has 0% financing for 60 months and $500 APR cash.
And watch it turn corners and heads.
MSRP 26025, 0% for 60 months of approved credit and alley bank financing. May not be combined with factory rebates. $500 APR cash only with 0% financing.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back inside the Erie Federal Credit Union pregame show. I'm Aaron Cooney. We're looking at tonight's matchup and a big one here. The Otters and the Windsor Spitfires set for this evening's meeting, the final one between these two squads. And for the Erie Otters, you're in must-win territory here with a chance to climb within 1 point behind these Windsor Spitfires, who sit in the 8th seed. Erie is 9th in the Western Conference. Of course, that 8th spot and getting back to the postseason after 1 year hiatus would be huge here for this young Otters squad. Tonight, Dan Murphy gets the net for the Erie Otters, our Marsh Real Estate Services lineup. As Murphy, 18-20, 1-1 on the season, a 3.77 goals against average and an .878 save percentage. And he's back in between the pipes here tonight. 4th in minutes in the OHL amongst goaltenders with 2,353. Scratches tonight include number 13, Elias Cohen, number 14, Hayden Fowler, number 49, Luke Beamish, number 61, Daniel Singer, and number 74, Noah Sador. Brings us to our UPMC injury report as the Erie Otters without Elias Cohen. That's a healthy scratch. Hayden Fowler is out. This will be game number 32 that he's missed since fracturing his clavicle on back in the middle of November on the 14th at the school day game here in this building against the Kitchener Rangers. Out is Luke Beamish, also an upper body injury. This will be his 27th game missed with that injury. Across the ice, Colton Ince will get the start, the former Niagara Ice Dog. The 20-year-old goaltender, 5'10", 1-0, 3.59 goals against average and an .890 save percentage, and recorded his first shutout against the Erie Otters in their last meeting back in January, a 5-0 victory where he stopped 22 Erie Otters shots. Scratches for tonight include number 3, Grayson Ladd, number 5, Dylan Robinson, and number 25, Kyle McDonald. The Otters, well, they're getting back to defensive hockey. That is what was preached on Wednesday night following the loss to the Kitchener Rangers. Did it last night, and I caught up with Curtis Henry on the blue line for the Erie Otters. We'll chat with him when we come back on the Erie Federal Credit Union pregame show. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Jerry just gradually got worse and worse. Our doctor said the only thing that could save you is a live donor.
Karen's husband, Jerry, had end-stage liver disease and needed a transplant.
Our oldest daughter said, Dad, I'm a match, let's do this.
UPMC is the only hospital in the region that does living donor liver transplants.
UPMC saved all of our lives. My girls still have their dad. I still have my sweetheart.
I didn't choose to have my liver fail. I did choose UPMC.
Every time you enter the doors at New Motors, you're guaranteed to find the most experienced team in town. They understand the value of teamwork, provide great customer service, fight to get you the best price, and at the end of the day,
outstanding customer service is our goal.
Only at New Motors.
When you visit, remember, tell them Larry sent you.
Over the years, technology has greatly improved the productivity of the business office. From faxes and copiers to multifunction printers, now we just don't know how to get things done without them. And that means you need a reliable printer copier and a dependable service plan. That's why you should trust Cooper Business Machines. They are Erie's only authorized dealer for sharp document systems. And most importantly, they'll maintain your machine so that it continues to, well, work. Just like your car, it needs regular maintenance and parts need to be replaced regularly. If your copier isn't properly maintained or you're not getting toner in a timely fashion, then you've been reminded of what it's like to work in the dark ages. Don't wait any longer. Your business requires dependability. Shouldn't you expect the same? Cooper Business Machines, Erie's only authorized sharp dealer and service provider, helping you get back to business since 1980. Online at cooperbusinessmachines.com or call 456-7585. The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back inside the Erie Federal Credit Union pregame show. Aaron Cooney here, joined at this time by Erie Otters second-year defenseman Curtis Henry. And Curtis, I want to look back at last night's game and also Wednesday's, where after the game, Chris Hartsburg, your coach, kind of preaches, we need to get back to playing responsible defensive hockey. How did you see your team do that last night? And you get a point. Could have probably had that victory too, but still a point against a good team, the Oshawa Generals.
Yeah, well, I think the first 40 wasn't our best, but in the third we got back to our game plan, and ultimately all game we were pretty good defensively. We just had some things we needed to clean up, so when you're good defensively, it leads to offense, so I think that really helped us out all game.
Now, you being a blue liner and seeing your goaltender in Cole Cesi stop 31, and there were some really good saves to keep your team real tight with the Oshawa Generals throughout that hockey game. What's that do for you as a defender when you look back and even behind you, that this guy has our backs and he's making some great stops and he's going to keep us in this hockey game, give us a shot to win the game?
Yeah, he's a great guy, great teammate, so when you see him back there, you want to play for him. You want to see him do well, and when he makes those big saves, it makes you want to work for him and help him get the win. So it was great to see him play well yesterday, and it's too bad we couldn't get the win for him, but he had a great game.
One of the things that I've noticed from you in your game this year is that your ability to get shots through and on net. It happened again last night where you get a shot from the point, it gets through, and it's Garrett Podolny with the stick on it to deflect it in, and your team ties the hockey game up. So what has it been this year? A career high in points, 12 assists, 5 goals that you've been able to find the back of the net and help this team out offensively?
Yeah, I think a lot of the time it's just trying to get pucks through, getting a lane and getting around the shin pad, getting the puck through, and good things will happen. So I've got a lot of assists off that, and I've got a couple of goals just throwing the puck on net, and good things will happen.
Now I'm sure everybody's talked about the standings and how this one's pretty important with the Windsor Spitfires coming in today. The team you're kind of fighting for, just a couple points behind for that final playoff spot in the Western Conference. Last time you met those guys up in Windsor, it didn't really go the team's way, falling 5-0. What have you learned from that game and preparing for this game, knowing it's similar kind of situation where it's a pretty important hockey game in the Western Conference standings?
Yeah, I think that game we kind of came out thinking it would be an easy game, and they came out on fire. So we got to be ready tonight, and it's a huge game for us. It's like a must-win game, so we want to make the playoffs. So this is the first step in doing that.
All right, thanks, Curtis, and enjoy here tonight. Have fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
That's Curtis Henry of the Erie Otters. Face Off is next. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Together, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield and AHN St. Vincent Hospital connect care managers and personal doctors to simplify your care and give you peace of mind. We're teaming up to make sure members with complex health conditions like diabetes and heart disease have a dedicated care manager working with their doctors to make sure they get the right care in the right place at the right time. Highmark and AHN St. Vincent, together for health, together for you. Visit togetherforerie.com to learn more.
When you have a great name you can trust, you know where you can get a great used car with guaranteed credit approval. Erie Auto Credit, the home of guaranteed credit approval 100% of the time. Stop in today or go to erieautocredit.com.
Sadly, crime can strike anyone at any time. The good news is the Crime Victim Center of Erie County has been here for 45 years helping all victims of crime, be it rape, theft, assault, vandalism, burglary, or abuse. Report any crime to the police within 72 hours to secure your rights to victims' compensation and restitution. Call the Crime Victim Center of Erie County at 454-9414. They'll assist you in filing a claim, and if you need counseling, contact them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're not alone. The Crime Victim Center of Erie County can help. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
At ServPro of West Erie County, no job is too big and no question is too small. So when fire or water damage strikes your home or business, call on ServPro of West Erie County at 814-806-1987. That's where you'll find a team of specialists that's faster to any size disaster. So when the things that matter most are on the line, call ServPro of West Erie County, 814-806-1987 to help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
When you need a loan and you don't know where to get it, you gotta call Erie Auto Credit, Erie Auto Credit, and ErieAutoCredit.com.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Erie Insurance Arena, where tonight the Ontario Hockey League presents the Erie Otters hosting the Windsor Spitfires. Hello again, everyone. I'm Aaron Cooney, ready for this evening's matchup. The Otters and Spitfires ready to go for tonight in the critical matchup for that final spot in the Western Conference playoff picture. The Erie Otters trail the Spitfires by 3 points after picking up 1 point last night against the Oshawa Generals. The Otters will put out Daniel Murphy between the pipes tonight. 18, 21, and 1. A 3.77 goals against average and an 8.78 save percentage for the 18-year-old goaltender out of Guelph, Ontario. Colton Ince will get the start for the Spitfires. 5-10, 1-0. One shutout, a 3.59 goals against average and an 8.90 save percentage. Coming off of his last meeting against the Otters, a 22 save shutout for his first OHL shutout on back in January the 17th. As the Otters pick this puck up, bring it in offside. And 10 seconds in, we have our game's first whistle. And this draw brought to the near side and lifted on into the zone. Swept behind the goal by Colton Ince. Played up the right wing side. And flying ahead with the puck is Tyler Engel for the Spitfires. In behind around one man. Gets a shot off in tight. Another play. 2 saves from Murphy from in tight. Puck played out towards the point. Connor Corcoran had to bounce over his stick and sits in front of the Otters bench. And Brennan Hoffman will send it in from the left wing side to be settled by Stales. And played ahead as Purvu taps it into the Erie zone. First good opportunities belong to the Spitfires there. With a rush from Tyler Engel and the follow-up in front. Erie can't get out of their zone. It's furthered along by Douglas off wing side. His centering pass. Chaika has a man tied up. That was Will Cooley. And Erie charges out to center ice as it's prodded forward by Maxim Golan. Luca Heno to move it behind his own goal. Feeds it around the near side. Tying that up, former Spitfire Matthew McDougall. It's Drysdale. Shot from the point. Up high on Colton Ince, and he holds on for his first save of the hockey game, 1 minute and 14 seconds in. Erie coming from behind against the Oshawa Generals last night until former Erie Otters Brent Newman and Alan McShane were able to take over the hockey game, eventually taking that in overtime 4-3, but a critical point for the Erie Otters that was a game in hand for Erie on these Windsor Spitfires coming into tonight's matchup. That leaves them 3 points behind the Spitfires and a chance to climb within one with a regulation victory here tonight. The Spitfires, well, yeah, it's a 4-point swing, quite possibly, for either of these two teams. Spitfires take it back the other way. Luke Boca over the far side, 40-year man, and tied up by Jacob Golden, the former London Knight. Gathered in by the Spitfires as Chris Playfair goes for a skate in the Erie zone. Leaves it near side, right back to Boca. One of two Spitfires on the squad that were part of that 2017 Memorial Cup championship team over the Erie Otters. The Otters return just one right now. That's all that's left. And Garrett Podubny that's out there right now. Sent back into Erie territory after a Erie clear. And sent out towards neutral ice off the end boards. And once more settled by the Spitfires as they look to reset, carry out towards neutral ice. Erie just finished up a change of their own. It's worked out to center ice by Sean Allen. Nearly picked off on that pass by Dan D'Amato, but Gritz will take over, gives to the Otters D, and then works right wing side. Here's Hoffman with a step. It's a shot away, just missing wide on the blocker side. Duff holds in. Ducks a check as he shoots it back behind the net of Colton Ince, where the Spitfires will pick that up and work it out to center ice off the stick of Frasca. 2.5 off the clock here, no score. Otters and Spitfires final time this year. Erie has taken 2 of the first 3 meetings. And this is the final one as it's dropped down near side on the Spitfires corner and carried ahead once more by Frasca. Hands off right, speeding away Luca Heno. Leaves it to the right side. Wrist shot, stick save by Murphy off the end boards. It's loose along the near post, gathered by the Spitfires. And back to it is Tyler Engel. To the blue line. Heno winds, waits. Half slapper. It's blocked by Chad Yetman. Kicked ahead by Garrett Podubny. Goes wide left and ahead for Chad Yetman into the zone. Podubny his shot off the glove of goaltender Ince and cleared away to the near side wall by the Spitfires, where Maxim Golan takes over. Golan left side, walking in. Henry, save made, rebound. Yetman's tied up, jammed away and cleared by Windsor. It'll be an icing call to the Spitfires. Face off one to the blue line. Spitfires send it towards the line where it's hammered back by Curtis Henry around the horn along the near corner. Pile up there. Here he finds Yetman. Now Podubny. Look out. Looks in front. His shot's pad save made. Stretching out Ince. And he stops Garrett Podubny, who darted in front of the net and cannot beat goaltender Colton Ince. Sent back in deeper by the Otters. They maintain possession here. Emmett Sproul battling away on the far side. Bumped by Stales. Now Chaika along the far side corner. 2 white shirts of the Spitfires swallow up. Here's Curtis Douglas. Sends it across his end to be carried out ahead. And off goes Will Cooley to shoot it to the near side corner. Henry on back. Shouldered as McDougall takes over for the Erie Otters. Quickly finds Sproul. And then headman once more. It's Chaika right wing side trying to flip it in the middle of the ice here. Poke check by Sean Allen. And the overage defender with the handle. Worked out the center for Jean-Luc Foudy. And then Cooley follows up. Steps inside out on Curtis Henry, but Drysdale follows up. Erie can't clear, however, on the shot by Drysdale. Foudy behind the net, sends it out to the point. It's Allen, his shot off a couple skates, and it pops to the far corner. Settle once more, the Spitfires to the blue line. Here's Sean Allen, wrist shot off the pads of goaltender Murphy. He makes another save. Curtis Douglas now puts it out to the front, poked by goaltender Murphy. Gathered in by Jean-Luc Foudy, who leads all rookies in assists. A wrist shot from Foudy. Tries to send it back in front after the block. Erie moves that one away as well. Carried ahead to center by Matthew McDougall. He'll shoot it in from the left side and changes on for both teams. With nearly 5 minutes off the clock and a scoreless first hockey game, you can feel just this way this game's played out so far. A bit of a playoff atmosphere with both teams knowing what's on the line here tonight. And playoff positioning into the final couple of weeks of the season. Look out, played out in front, they tap it in. A centering pass right to the tape of Chris Playfair. And he nets his 6th of the season. And the Spitfires open the scoring 1-0. Well, nice work down low to dig the puck out. Centered out in front. The Otters could not tie up Chris Playfair. And he'll stash it through Dan Murphy. And the Otters begin playing catch-up here to start this hockey game. At the Erie line once more. The Spitfires looking for that puck. They'll lift it into the near side corner. That was played by Ben Garrigan. And ripped around the horn by the Otters goaltender Dan Murphy. Behind the goal, Boca takes over after the cutoff on the right half wall. Tied up by the Otters, Marcus Gillard. Down he goes as Erie loses an edge in Joe Mack, but he made the pass from his seat. And ahead comes Dan D'Amato, who had a big goal the other night. Launches one from long range, blockered away by Colton Ince. Nearly 6 minutes off the clock. Spitfires have the lead. 1-0 here from the Erie Insurance Arena. With the visiting team on the board first, and it's floated on into the far side corner. Here they come. Erie will pick this up. Work it by Gritz. Lifted forward by Hoffman. Followed up, but the Otters are offsides as Maxim Gola tried to sneak in on the far side. But Mike Harrington right there on the line to blow the whistle. Brings us to our visual options referee lineup. Tonight's referees, Scott Ferguson and Drew Jackson, and our linesmen Mike Harrington and Corey Hooper. Erie gets it in deep once more. They'll play it out to Ryan Martin at the point. Rich shot, kick save made, and left to the corner by Colton Ince. Off the wall, and the Otters poke this one off the stick of Sean Allen, but he's able to drill it back to Erie ice. No icing with Douglas, chasing Maxim Golod back behind the Erie net. Furthered for Brendan Hoffman, tape to tape. Works in, drops it right. It's Golod. Nicely poke check by Stales, and it's loose to the near side wall, inside Windsor territory. Alex Gritz sticks a stick up high. Nothing on the way here as that puck pinballs around. Gritz heads off the bench, and we looked at by the Otters trainer Andrew Kupneski as they come the other way on the counterattack. Here's Windsor, left side for Douglas in the circle, throws it on in front. On the back door, they tip it in. Jordan Frasca on the nifty passing play. Set up in front behind goaltender Murphy by Curtis Douglas. And the Spitfires jump to a 2-0 lead from Erie. This one comes at 6:55, just a minute and 47 seconds. After the Spitfires open the scoring on Chris Playfair's goal. And the Otters find themselves in a hole 2-0 early in this hockey game. Here's D'Amico on the near side. To the point, held in by Heno, and it's ended up back behind the net. Perbu tries to send it off the body of Henry. And D'Amico leaves it to the corner. Perbu going back to work. Now Tyler Angle sucks it up the near side. Heno holds from the Otters blue line, feeds it on in front. Another play in front of Murphy. That one trickled around off his stick. He makes the save, Dan Murphy. And the Spitfires again regain possession. Angle. Gonna work up the near side. Bumped at center by Emmett Sproul, but following up Luca Heno. And into the zone they come once more. The Spitfires give it across. D'Amico looking to hold in. He'll push it down on the backhand. And Perbu takes over from the corner. Watched by Drysdale. Spins to the near side. Cole Perbu trying to power his way out in front. Runs into the side of the net as he was D'd up by Drysdale. And the Otters looking to march out to center ice. It's Garrett Podubny. He'll lift it in. Changes on for both squads. As the Otters fly towards the zone, it's Chaika trying to chase down Allen, who calmly slides it across and skated out by the Spitfires. Walking in is Boca. He's hit by Jack Duff. Puck rolls off his stick as he poke checked him as well, and Erie moves it the other way. Off the handle of Peter Chaika, and Allen able to send this one up right between his own circles. Fortunately, Ben Garrigan is there and just nudges it ahead to center ice. 11:30 to play, first period, 2-0. The Windsor Spitfires ahead. Snapped up the near wall and then guided further by Playfair, who opened the scoring with his 6th of the year at 5:08 of this first period. Here's Ryan Martin for the Otters after it's dug out from the near side corner and was pushed to center ice. And Jean-Luc Foudy takes over. Here's to his blue liners. Corcoran sends it around the horn. Near side for Staios. One hand on his stick, and it's nudged forward. Furthered by Douglas, who has the possession now. Almost picked off on that pass across the neutral zone by Joe Mack. But it ends up inside the Erie bench, and a whistle will bring this face-off here to neutral ice. Erie will flip this in on the backhand down to the near side corner. Down by 2 already. As Joe Mack picks it out from behind. On for Duff. Hit shot. Sails high. And this is a Spitfires team that's kind of been treading water right now. Since they down the Erie Otters 5-0 back in mid-January, they've only won one hockey game. 1-7-1 since back when they beat the Otters on January the 17th. That includes a 5-game losing skid and a victory against the North Bay Battalion. They find themselves dropping 3 straight here. Look out, Foudy loose inside Erie territory. On for Douglas, in tight. Great save from Murphy. They needed that one. As that line of Jean-Luc Foudy, Curtis Douglas, and Will Cooley. We'll talk about especially those 2 16-year-old rookies, first year 2002 born players. And Jean-Luc Foudy and Will Cooley, 5th and 6th in scoring amongst rookies. Jacob Golden feeds it up the near side, where it's bounced out to center ice. And Garrett Podubny lifts it on in. Gritz trying to charge ahead, right wing side. Garrett Podubny finds the handle, gives out to Golden at the point, sides across, one time on the way. It gets through, and that catches Alex Gritz, who goes down in a heap. The puck's still loose inside Windsor territory, and it's moved ahead, and off they go right wing side. Across for Frasca, and Gritz is having a hard time getting towards the Erie bench. The width of handle now is the Spitfires in Erie territory. Play for it towards the goal, jammed at towards the net, and covering up is Daniel Murphy to gain the whistle with 9:44 to go, and the Windsor Spitfires have a 2-0 lead midway through this period.
At this time, the Erie Otters organization would like to recognize Erie Times News sports reporter Victor Fernandez. For the last 16 seasons, Victor has handled the Otters beat, delivering fans extensive coverage of the organization. The Otters thank Victor for his fair reporting and dedication to his craft, and wish him and his family the very best in their move to Ocean City, Maryland. The organization presents Victor this custom jersey as a token of appreciation for his time covering the team. Thank you, Victor.
Back to action here from the Erie Insurance Arena. A whistle over on that far side brings us another face-off to the left of Dan Murphy in a 2-0 hockey game. Thrown towards the back of the Otters zone. Scooped up there by Erie's rookie Jamie Drysdale. Sent down the zone all the way into Windsor territory by the Otters, where it's settled by Colton Ince. And Thomas Stevenson takes the handle. Further down to center. Off a stick of the Otters and followed up by Angle. Trying to cut between the Otters. A couple men back behind. He was spun out by Curtis Henry. Erie just throws it out to neutral ice. But 9:05 to play first period. They trail 2-0. Here to the Windsor Spitfires. Offside right now. That allows Jamie Drysdale to speed things out to center. And went off the stick. His pass for Emmett Sproul. And the Spitfires back to the biscuit. Whistle will sound. It's played by a high stick from this near circle in the Erie zone. And this face-off will just that top. Yeah, that one there. 8:52 remaining, just under 9 minutes. The Otters down by 2 here as it's blasted back in once more by the Spitfires. Erie can chop it up the near wall, and it's Matthew McDougall leading the march ahead. Down right wing side, try to feed it out in front, taken away by Heno. Left in the near corner of the Windsor Spitfires end as they duck a check, feed it out to center ice, but goes off a stick, nearly rolled back deeper into the zone with Peter Chaika after, but it's Heno all the way back to Erie ice. Look out, played out in front, back inner from Boca. That one skips high over the cage. Held by Heno once more. Changes on for Windsor as they slowly back off. Golden fires this one out to center ice, where it's backhanded back into Erie territory. And on for Brendan Kishnick, who finds Emmett Sproul. His pass, picked off. He sent it right to Will Cooley. And at the line, good deed by Brendan Kishnick to tie up Will Cooley and force that one into neutral ice and allow the Otters to make a change. Spitfires ahead, 2-0. With under 8 to go, Maxim Golod. He'll shrug this one ahead as he bounces off a check. Brendan Sellen carries across the zone and gives a shot as he enters that blue line that sails wide. Behind the Spitfires net, moved by Stevenson. Here's Ryan Martin, turned around. Will Cooley ties him up, and off they come. Cooley left wing side into the zone. Rich shot, holding is Murphy. And he's got it lodged in the 6 hole. Still hold on as Will Cooley, who has 22 on the year, 4th in goal scoring amongst rookies, almost snuck that one through the Otters goaltender. Played back at the face-off to neutral ice by the Spitfires. And they'll settle things down. Spitfires, of course, rebuilding through this opportunity in the hosting the Memorial Cup 2017, winning it on home ice. And with the youngsters that have come in, I have 4 of them eligible for the field up for the upcoming NHL draft. 4 in the NHL Central Scouting Service midterm rankings. Time most in the Ontario Hockey League. As they work it into the Erie zone, they would have been offside as that one trickled ahead. But Nathan Stales trying to bring it in. And it settles at the Erie bench to be ripped in by Campbell. Erie's goaltender Murphy to move it. Snapped over the near side wall out to center ice. And regaining possession here, the Windsor Spitfires once more. With 6:37 to play, jammed towards the Erie line. Garrett Podubny takes it off his skate. And we'll hold on, giving back to Ryan Martin behind his net. It's Martin. Hands it off left side. Jack Dove. Looking for a passing option. Neutral zone clogged up here by the Windsor Spitfires, so he's forced to shoot it in. Where it's rattled around the near side wall by Cole Nintz and around Garrett Podubny out to center ice. Angle heads out to center. Trying to give right. It will bounce over the far wall. Tamiko sweeps it behind the Erie goal. Cole Perdue takes over. Sends it towards the front of the goal here. Went off the stick of Drysdale. In behind the Otters net is Garrett Podubny. Hard on that puck to send it out to center ice. Stevenson will take over. He bounces it forward. And around Jamie Drysdale, who is able to turn this one around. Spins and charges back behind his own goal now. As the Spitfires head and make a change of their own, Erie looks to lug ahead. Down by 2. Spitfires with 2 early goals here. 1 minute and 47 seconds apart in this first frame. They lead 2-0. Bounce on that far wall, settled by Matthew McDougall. The former Spitfire, left side, wrist shot, glove save ends, and he holds on. And the whistle will come to him for a face-off on his right.
Congratulations, you just won the Erie Otters gift certificate courtesy of the Planet Fitness Judgment Pregame.
They'll pick up the broken lumber back behind Daniel Murphy's net. Get that to the bench. As the Otters a discussion here, Max Golod looking to set something up on the face-off. Him and MacDougall discuss. Chaika to take the draw. Chaika got it to the wall. There's Thomas Stevenson, prodded along by the Spitfires. It's out to center, backhanded ahead to the Erie line, and the Otters reset. Kishner, nice pass on for Chaika, but MacDougall blew a tire on that dish back to him on the left side and allows the Spitfires to bring it the other way. At the line, bouncing puck knocked away by Golod. Here he comes with MacDougall. Max Golod, wrist shot, glove save, ends, and it pops to the near side corner on the rebound. Golod turns away. That was a 2-on-1 break, and the Otters couldn't finish it away. Here's Golden at the point now. His shot through traffic, never made it on goal. It'll settle the near side. Chaika throws it to the front. No one there. It's all white shirts, and the whistle will sound. And now some pushing and shoving in front of the net. And the crowd does not like the extra shove. Down goes Maxim Golod. But they're letting him play here tonight. I don't think we're going to see anything come from that. And then to the delight of the crowd, down goes one of the linesmen, and no one give a cheer for that. Face-off will be to the left of Colton Inst, the former Niagara Ice Dog. The backup tonight, Kerry P. Roynan, 18th ranked goaltender in North America amongst the NHL Central Scouting Service midterm rankings. Others on that list for the Spitfires, Daniel D'Amico, Luca Eno, and Tyler Angle as an icing call to the Spitfires with 4:43 left here in the first period. And the Otters will have another offensive zone draw on the way. This will be another game. The Otters will not have a shutout. They have yet to pitch a shutout here on this season, which has only happened 4 times in Erie Otters history where they didn't have a shutout, at least one in a season. 2005, 2006, 2006, 2007, 2007, 2008, and then 2011, 2012. Here comes Foodie back into the Erie zone. Curls it to the blue line. Shot on the way. Save made, and rebound bounced near side. Cooley takes over. That one, a lot of traffic in front, and it's pretty much a blackout when Curtis Douglas steps in front of your netminder at 6'9", 250 pounds. Bouncing puck, moved out the center on a hand pass by the Otters. And 4 minutes to go. Face off back to the Erie end of things. And to the left of Daniel Murphy. Turn at the top into the slot by the Otters on a tie-up from Chad Yetman, and Hoffman trying to flick this one ahead for Golden. It's followed up and pushed in by Garrett Podolny, but Erie's offside on the play. As Erie is not. Well, since Windsor went up, they have not been able to escape this puck really into the zone at all. Doing a great job of clogging it up, forcing Erie to shoot the puck in, which to be honest, that plays right into Windsor's game more so than Erie. They got the bigger bodies. They're one of the bigger teams. Erie is one of the second shortest teams out of 20 in the OHL, and also the lightest team in average weight at 178 pounds. If you're playing a physical game, you can really try to put your weight on the Otters and lean in on them. The shot goes wide by Connor Corcoran, played to the front of the net off a stick inside Erie territory as Chase Campbell shrugs this right back down behind the Otters goal. Golden has a man tied up, followed by Playfair. Gives to Stevenson. His shot off a skate. Look out, that one well out of play. Deflects high into section 201. 3:24 left in this first period, and the Spitfires with a 2-0 lead. And if you're here, you would love to get an opportunity to get one back here for the end of this frame. Angle back behind the Otters goal. They take over in front. One-timer save made by Daniel Murphy. A man tripped up in the near circle and allows the Otters to pick this up. Can they clear the zone? Here's Ryan Martin, poked off of his stick and Angle. Gets it in deeper. Selling in to help out with Jack Duff, and finally Erie moves it out. There's Garrett Podubny to Chad Yetman. Hit hard to the near side wall. Able to move the puck to Selling behind the goal. Now Garrett Podubny once more. Along the near side corner. Point per game player. Feeds this to the slot for Yetman. Bouncing puck knocked down. And fed once more to the near wall. Selin tucks it, looking for Ryan Martin. It's cut off by Cole Purbu. And out to center ice to be lifted in by 26 in white. And a foot race back behind the Erie net. Bouncing puck along the side of the cage. It comes right for D'Amico. His shot was blocked. And at the circle, D'Amico another one. Rips it off the iron, and that stick blows up into multiple pieces. You can hear the ring up here, and there's 6 different chunks of puck all around the Erie Otters end. Now, D'Amico, a couple opportunities on that play to get loose between the circles, and this has happened multiple times here from the latest batch of pucks that the Erie Otters got this season. Whoever the puck supplier is, it also happened around the OHL. I know it's happened in Owen Sound. And I saw one on Twitter last night in the Quebec League as well with a broken puck. So we'll get a fresh one and restart the left side of netminder Murphy. It's set up face off when Corcoran lets a shot go. That one off a stick to the far corner as Boca puts a bump on Henry. Moved up the far boards by Curtis Henry. And here he shrugs this one forward. Brought in offside. And his reaching was Matthew McDougall as he wraps up former teammate Connor Corcoran. They'll have a little discussion here along the near boards. But the face-off is back in neutral territory. With 2:18 to go in the first period. And the Otters trail 2-0. Off the drop, Spitfires control, and it's Playfair in right wing side. He shot, save Murphy, rebound. Erie can clear it away to the wall, and now back behind the net. Curtis Henry is tied up by Boca. Fished out by the Otters' Chaika, but taken away by Chris Playfair, who opened the scoring here tonight. He's it for Boca. Right side, open man, penalty on the way, wrist shot. That one gloved down by Murphy, but Erie will be shorthanded. A hooking call, and the game's first power play belongs to the Windsor Spitfires. Peter Chaika, the guilty party, as the Otters PK 5 for 5 last night against the Oshawa Generals. As the Otters take the draw on the far side and hoist it ahead to Windsor territory, slowed by Colton Ince, as this power play will roll over a few seconds of it into the second period if Erie can keep the Spitfires offense at bay. Here comes Nathan Stales. Carries out towards neutral ice. Weaves his way on right. Drops it off. And D'Amico turned around by the Otters' Joel Mack. And he'll rattle it off the boards on the clear. And a hold back behind the goal. Surveying's Corcoran. And he'll drop it off to Angle to speed out to neutral ice. Across the center red stripe. Works on it, gets around one, cuts across his own, lost the handle, gets it back though, and Chad Yetman able to poke it away. Erie trying to stay on top of it, but it's gathered once more by the Spitfires, and they just roll it back into Erie ice. Martin can shrug it up the near side. Jack Duff there. As Purbu ties him up. Now Martin once more on the near corner, 2-on-2 from the near side. A third white shirt for the Spitfires. Yetman watches for Erie as it comes up the near wall. Move for Alex Gritz. Good to see him out there after taking that Erie Otters slap shot off the leg from the station in front of the net of Colton Ince. As changes on for both teams. Windsor from their own end looking to work this ahead. And Jean-Luc Foudy speeds off towards neutral ice. Gets it right back from Douglas. Foudy pins along the near wall. Tied up by two Otters. Brendan Sellen can send it off the stick of Luca Heno and back to Windsor territory with 20 seconds left in the period. It's Joe Mack. Look out. He's hard on the puck here. Going to hand off in front, off a stick and towards the goal. And Ains makes a save on his own man as Curtis Douglas is the one that deflected that pass right on goal. And a good reaction save from Cole Nitz. Jean-Luc Foudy takes a peek at the clock. 3 seconds to go. Remember, Foudy's the one, he scored in his own net in this building in the first meeting between the Otters and Spitfires when the delayed call just kind of lost the stick handle as it rolled into his own net back earlier in the year. But he'll let the clock wind down here as the Otters will head into the break down by 2 after the first 20 minutes of play. Playfair and Jordan Frasca with the goals. And the Spitfires a 2-1 lead as we head into the break. We'll step away for a timeout. Then when we come back, we'll be joined by Victor Fernandez, Erie Otters, the Erie Times News beat writer. Right after this, you're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
As a CEO, I want the best from our employees. In return, they want the best from their company, especially when it comes to their health benefits. That's why we choose UPMC Health Plan. It gives our employees in-network access to the best doctors and hospitals, including the world-class care of UPMC. And the best part? It's affordable for all of us.
For the quality, affordable coverage your company deserves, here's the plan, UPMC Health Plan.
With the new Express Sports football and car racing from the Pennsylvania Lottery, you can play your favorite sports at participating retailers, bars, and restaurants. Make your picks on your play slip, like touchdown pass on the third play, or the first 3 cars across the finish line, and watch the fast-paced lifelike action on the big screen. With drawings for cash prizes every 5 minutes, there's never a dull moment. Come on, come on. Yes!
Express Sports from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Compete from your seat. Players must be 18 or older. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
It's brand new and a classic, the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. This CUV delivers direct injection, turbocharged performance with super all-wheel control. Its dynamic design comes in great colors. Technology includes blind spot warning, lane change assist, and rear cross traffic alert.
The all-wheel drive Eclipse Cross now has 0% financing for 60 months and $500 APR cash.
And watch it turn corners and head.
MSRP 26020. 0% for 60 months of approved credit and alley bank financing may not be combined with factory rebates. $500 APR cash only with 0% financing.
Okay, we're going to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza,
artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Fresh dough made from scratch daily.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you like.
It's all one price.
Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven
for fast bar perfection.
That's Blaze Pizza. Sound good?
Then come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
Peachtree Square in Erie. At ServPro of West Erie County, no job is too big and no question is too small. So when fire or water damage strikes your home or business, call on ServPro of West Erie County at 814-806-1987. That's where you'll find a team of specialists that's faster to any size disaster. So when the things that matter most are on the line, call ServPro of West Erie County, 814-806-1987 to help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
I'll keep one off.
Welcome back inside the UPMC intermission report. Aaron Cooney here. Otters trail the Windsor Spitfires 2-0. And pleased to be joined here by one of my first guests I ever had on a broadcast when I started back in the 2013-2014 season. It was Victor Fernandez, the Otters beat writer for the last 16 years. And Vic, we'll look at the game a little bit later when we get through this. But 16 seasons Colors team.
Somebody scored.
Unfortunately, it's not the Otters. Somebody's got wings, but the Otters could use some of that energy a little bit later on. But
sign them up.
Somebody that can hit the back of that for this group. But hey, 16 years covering this hockey team. I'm sure it's flown by, but what's it like walking in this place that has had a facelift and one last time to cover an Otters game?
It's surreal. I've been thinking about it all day to figure out how I was going to feel, and I still don't know, to be honest. But I guess it won't really sink in until after I file my story in a couple hours or so and exit the building for the last time. I'm sure I'll stop and take a look around because a lot has changed in 16 seasons. Really didn't have a team a few years ago, wondering what I was going to do here a few years ago, and obviously to follow that up with a championship year, that great 4-year run. There were many years where I thought maybe I was the hex, I was the jinx. They win a championship, I come here, and then they win one series in 10 years. But that run for 4 straight years was unbelievable. Something I'll never forget. My son was here to witness the championship clincher that night a couple of years ago. A lot of memories, and I'm sure I'll take the time to sit back and think of them all, but right now it almost seems like one big blur.
I was going to say, you've seen just about everything I think a hockey team can see, where it was coming off of a championship, the lull down, then there was the years that were pretty barren, and yeah, you're right, this almost didn't have a team, and I was thinking the same thing when this job opened up, investigating and saying, man, this team might not exist if I apply and then it moves on or something. But is there anything that's outside the championship, players, memories, or conversation with Sherry Basson that sticks out to you that you'll always remember about being here and covering this Otters team?
Well, obviously Sherry Basson's stories. I mean, we've all heard every story probably 24 times each.
Ain't that the truth?
But you know what? Sherry just has a knack, a way to make stories come alive. Even though you may have heard it several times over. I mean, a lot of great players, watching, the Dylan Stromes, the Alex DeBrinkets, players like that, Connor McDavid certainly, but it's players like a Patrick Fellers. I still remember when he played his final game here, how emotional he was, and afterwards, talking with Mark Schag and I in the interview room, and he came up and gave us both a hug. That's not something you would normally see between a player and a reporter. For him to do that, I mean, he was such a nice, kind, genuine young man. And you only wish the best for players like that, for all these players. So it's the relationships I've made, like with yourself and, Mark Jenneret and Paul Roper came before you. The staff, Jamie on down, Jim Waters. A lot of people have been here a lot longer than even I have. So it's been a great run, and like I said, I know it's hard to kind of put it into words now, but it'll definitely start sinking in as the next few days go by.
Let's turn the focus to the play on the ice. It's obviously not going the way the Otters have been hoping as they trail 2-0. We're here at the UPMC Intermission Report chatting with Victor Fernandez. And Victor, but as we mentioned, you've seen this team for 16 years, and junior hockey has an ebb and flow. There's a way it kind of goes for most organizations, and the Otters are still in the midst of the rebuild coming off that championship year 2, trying to get in the postseason, but seeing the youth and what they have now, how can you see that developing over the next couple of years?
Well, the biggest thing is going to be, and Chris Hartsburg has said it many times over the course of this season, they have to play a certain way to be successful. And that's not to say there isn't skill out there, because there is. There's a ton of it. But this isn't the championship team from a couple of years ago who could just throw their sticks on the ice, and even a mediocre effort meant they win 6-2. This team can't do that, and they may never be able to do that. And we've seen this year what this team can do and the teams they can beat when they go out and use that skill within the system that Chris Hartsburg and the coaching staff has put into place. And we've also seen what happens when they don't play that way. We've seen it the last couple of games, a bit of an up and down first period here as well. The biggest thing I see is the true lack of that consummate leader. And you knew that was going to be an issue the moment Kyle Maximovich was traded. He was the glue that kept this team together last year and this year. And once he was traded, you wondered who was going to be that player who was going to step up and take that leadership role to a certain extent. Haven't seen it yet. Still a very young team, but you want to see guys like Ryan Martin, Scarra Podubny, those players that have been here a little while, experienced that championship run, to step up and become the face of that team and take ownership of it.
Is there something that or a piece that's missing for this group that they really need? Obviously, there's a good chance you're looking at this team is going to finish with a top 10 draft pick coming up in the first round. Is there something that Erie needs to add to this? You got a franchise defenseman, obviously Jamie Drysdale, but moving forward, that needs to be added to this group moving forward if they want to make a run in the next couple of years.
Well, obviously, you see, if this team doesn't make the playoffs, they're going to have a top 4 pick, which means there's got to be that stud, dynamic scoring forward out there. We know Shane Wright's going to go number 1, and they're not going to get the number 1 pick. But after that, there's got to be that dynamic forward, much like Jamie Drysdale in the defensive end, who comes in and can make an immediate impact with his ability, just with his savvy. You've seen it with Jamie. He's mature beyond his years, and he's got a ton of skill and skating ability to go with it. That's what you need to find up front, because without a player like Kyle Maximovich, they're offensively challenged to a certain extent, that 8-goal game in Hamilton notwithstanding. You need to have that forward who's going to be the face of that front line moving forward, and then you have those players like Chad Getman, Max Golod, all these players, Hayden Fowler once he comes back, that's going to add depth to that offensive rotation. Much like you saw with the championship team. Who was the most valuable to me? Kyle Pettit. The way he played in every aspect of the game, and as an overager really added the offensive punch to his game as well. It was huge for that team that year.
Victor, thanks for this. Thanks for stopping by one last time. Appreciate everything you've done for the team, for befriending me for 6 seasons and joining us on the broadcast, and what you've done for this team and covering it. So we really appreciate it.
It's been an absolute honor covering this team from day one, and meeting people like yourself. I consider all you guys all my friends. And, you're making me misty-eyed here, and I'm going to carry you guys all with me, all of you with me, no matter where we go.
Vic, thanks for everything, and best of luck to you and your family as we move forward.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Vic. We get a step for a break. We'll have more on the UPMC Intermission Report after this. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Today is Saturday. Today is Saturday. Salad on Saturday, fruit on Friday, double ball Thursday. Water Wednesday, touch your toes Tuesday. Let's move Monday, Father's next Sunday. All the healthy children eat well and move a lot. And move a lot. And move a lot. Eat well and move a lot.
60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. So keep them active and eating well every day.
Skip a rope Saturday, freeze tag Friday, tap dance Thursday. Whole grains Wednesday, try a veggie Tuesday. Let's move Monday, split the sweet Sunday.
Eat well and move a lot. Get ideas. Get involved. Get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov. A message from USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
If you're a young person and you're scared that you just can't keep dealing with the drama and the judgment and the chaos at home or at school, if you're concerned about the choices that you're making, if you're worrying about the relationships in your life, maybe you're feeling down, you're feeling depressed, and you're feeling all alone, we want you to know that there's someone out there. There's free help for you that's confidential. You can call 456-SAFE anytime, day or night, and there's someone on the other end of the phone that will talk you through that. We can help you figure out what your options are. We can help you feel better, and most importantly, you won't be alone. If you're listening to this and you're concerned about a young person in your life, give us a call. Call us at 456-SAFE so that we can talk to you about your concerns about the young person in your life and make sure that you can get them the help that they need so that they can get back to the things that are important, doing well in school, being with their family, and looking forward to a better tomorrow. There's free help for you that's confidential. This is Dr. Mandy Favell with Safe Harbor Behavioral Health of UPMC Hammett.
Did you know that United Way of Erie County has a bold vision to reduce by 1/3 the number of families living below the self-sufficiency mark in our community? By starting with a foundation of emergency and basic needs, United Way helps empower every person to reach milestones that help on the path to success. You have a part to play in reducing poverty and improving community conditions, whether you volunteer by mentoring a young person or joining a neighborhood community watch group. Be a caring adult and find opportunities to give back at getconnectederie.org. The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back inside the Erie Insurance Arena. The Erie Otters trail the Windsor Spitfires 2-0 in this critical hockey game. Here for playoff implications in the Western Conference. Let's recap it for you, Marin Cooney. It's the UPMC intermission report. And yeah, it was a span of a minute and 47 seconds where these Windsor Spitfires capitalized on the Otters with plays in front of the net. Both goals pretty much set up the same way. Pass in front, tap in on the back door. This one starts at 5:08. Luke Boca goes and picks up the puck from a dump in down on the end boards, sends it in front, tapped in by Playfair at 5:08. Then a minute 47 seconds later, they do it once again. This time it's Curtis Douglas from the left side, throws it in front where it's tapped in by Jordan Frasca for his 8th of the year. Erie trails 2-0 as they're outshot 13-10. And they have another 8 seconds of power play time they have to kill off here in the second when we come back. The out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by the Sheraton and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels, proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. You ought to be staying with the best. We will do that when we come back from this break. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
With the new Express Sports football and car racing from the Pennsylvania Lottery, you can play your favorite sports at participating retailers, bars, and restaurants. Make your picks on your play slip, like touchdown pass on the third play, or the first 3 cars across the finish line, and watch the fast-paced lifelike action on the big screen. With drawings for cash prizes every 5 minutes, there's never a dull moment. Come on, come on, yes!
Express Sports from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Compete from your seat. Players must be 18 or older. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Together, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield and AHN St. Vincent Hospital make it easier to get quality care by investing in new facilities close to home, like an enhanced emergency department, renovated operating suites, an all-new cancer center, and the Eastside Health and Wellness Pavilion opening in 2019. Highmark and AHN St. Vincent. Together for health. Together for you. Visit togetherforerie.com to learn more.
Meet you at Molly's before the game, after the game, or for the game. The Modern Irish Pub is the Otters away game headquarters with live stream broadcast. Molly Brannigan's hospitality is rivaled only by her cooking. Our new menu features the finest homemade Irish fare, along with a wee bit of the unexpected. Happy hour is the perfect pregame. Score with buy one, get one appetizers and discounted drinks. And don't forget to try our Otters signature sandwich, the ultimate fan food. Molly Brannigan's, just north of Perry Square on State.
Every time you enter the doors at New Motors, you're guaranteed to find the most experienced team in town. They understand the value of teamwork, provide great customer service, fight to get you the best price, and at the end of the day,
outstanding customer service is our goal.
Only at New Motors.
When you visit, remember, tell them Larry sent you.
Every child deserves a permanent home and a loving family. There are hundreds of children in Erie County who dream of finding their forever family. Consider opening your heart and home to a child. Consider adoption through Family Services of NWPA. Learn more at adoptnwpakids.org. Family Services of NWPA is a proud sponsor of the Erie Otters.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back inside the Erie Insurance Arena. Erie trails 2-0 here after 20 minutes as we get to action and out of the box. Seconds in as Peter Chaika and the Otters need to get a shot in the arm offensively here and soon. Podubny, left wing side, shoots from a sharp angle. That's sticked away by Colton Ince. Jammed up the near side wall by Windsor. Jack Duff holds in as he comes in. Erie is killed off the game's first power play. Sent up off the glass on the far boards, kept in on the right wing by Brendan Hoffman. Podubny follows up, hands off to Hoffman, but the pass is behind him, and it's swept out the center by Cole Purbu. Shots 13-10 in favor of the Spitfires in that first frame. They took a 2-0 lead in the span of a minute and 47 seconds in that first. Man blows a tire. Couple Spitfires go down. Erie has the puck. Sharp angle try from Podubny, stopped by Ince. Gets it right back. He'll send it to Jack Duff at the line. His shot, that's blocked. And just powering that puck ahead is Cole Purbu. And losing his stick is Jack Duff as Purbu back behind the Erie goal with it. One hand on the stick, poke checked away by Ryan Martin. Got to get this one out of the zone as one of the defenders for Erie without a twig right now. Foodie trying to keep this one alive on the far side. Up the wall and guide out to center ice on a play by Yetman. As jacked up, looking to make his way towards the bench. He cannot. It's quickly worked ahead by the Spitfires. Here comes Jean-Luc Foudy, right wing side. In behind the Erie goal. Comes over to the left wing circle. Out to the point as he feeds Allen. He'll tuck it in back down deep. There's Douglas, as well as Will Cooley. Cooley to the point. That's held in nice on the left side, and back around the horn it goes. Flying after it is Will Cooley, now from the right wing. Down low, quickly for Jean-Luc Foudy. That skips over his stick. As Sean Allen keeps this one alive from the line, puts a shoulder into Mac Dougal, and chips it back down the right wing side. Here's Foudy. Just to throw it in front here, just off the stick of Cooley as it rolled to the far side. Never really got the shot on net. Foudy, he scored in 2 straight games and 4 points in his last 5 hockey games for the Spitfires. They send it over to the far side. Turning around, almost picking it off, was Maxim Golbod with Foudy in a tight spot along the blue line, but it's back into the Erie zone they come. Trying to shoot it off to the near side. That was Cooley, and now whistle sounds. Down in a heap in the neutral zone is Luca Hano as he crawls across the ice. I did not see what happened to him on the play. This was back in the neutral zone with this injury, and the play was on back inside Erie territories. Will Cooley shot that puck wide. And Hano in a heap of trouble here. Already a banged up Windsor Spitfire squad coming into this evening's game. Down 2 players. Only 16 skaters tonight. As they lost Grayson Ladd and Kyle McDonald. Well, most likely for the season, it seems like. With Grayson Ladd breaking his left thumb in a game against the North Bay Battalion back on the 31st. In that same game, they lost Kyle McDonald with a separated shoulder. And it was reported by Jim Parker, and coming from Warren Reichel, the general manager of the Spitfires, that those 2 are probably done for the season into the final 6 weeks left of the OHL regular year. So they really can't afford to lose many more bodies. Erie plays it along to the near side corner in Windsor territory. As Emmett Sproul has it roll off his stick, it's moved ahead and followed up by Stevenson. He charges into the Erie zone left wing side. Throws it to goal, stick out of play by Murphy. And that puck for the near side. Didn't get to it during the break, during the intermission, chatting with Victor Fernandez of the Erie Times News. But our out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by the Sheridan and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels. A final from earlier today. Ottawa downs Hamilton 4-3. Saginaw with a 3-1 lead over the London Knights. Sarnia leads Guelph 1-0. Going to make it 2 in a row over the Guelph Storm. Sault Ste. Marie leads Niagara 3-2. Flint 2-0 over Barrie. 1-0 Kingston over the Owen Sound attack right now. All those games in action as Erie knocks this out to center. Jacob Golden chasing after it, but it slipped out of play right in front of the Erie bench. Cole Stacey would make the play as he tosses that one up and over the glass, out of play. 17:07 to play in the second. The Otters trailing the Spitfires 2-0. Chopped in by Erie's Daniel D'Amato. The near side corner, Will Allen takes a look. As soon as Sean Allen takes a look, he suspends games for an elbowing major that he took against Alex Gritz in the last meeting back in January on the 17th. Return here now. Let's look out. Played out towards the front of the Otters net. And wide by Frasca off a body. Settles at the half wall. Gritz after it. And just feeds it out to center ice. And there's Sean Allen once more. Fired off the stick to the Erie line. There's Jacob Golden for Erie. Tucks it out to the red line. Scooped up once more by Nathan Stales. And he'll leave it down to the far corner of the Otters end. Kishnick leaves it there for Jacob Golden. In a spot of trouble here as he's turned around by Jean-Luc Foudy. Almost got it away. Followed up by D'Amico, who slides it up the near side and hoists it out to center ice. This will drop right in front of the center red line and curled back into the Erie ice. Here's Furbu. His shot blocked by Golden. Swipes it back down to the near side corner. Now on for D'Amico. On the near side. He's hit, knocked down by Kishnick. Played out towards the front, reeled in by goaltender Murphy. And he'll hold on with 15:56 to go in the second period. 2-0. Spitfires lead. Out shooting the Otters 2-1 so far in this frame. 15-11 in the hockey game. back to center by Erie. Tossed in one more time. And at the far corner, it's Drysdale. For Max Golod and out to center ice. And we're back in from the right side by Corcoran. A lot of play inside Erie ice. The Otters really have not, ever since the 2 goals from Windsor, Erie has not spent much time in the offensive zone as all. As the Otters, they knocked down Curtis Douglas. There's no call on the way after he was wrapped up by Henry and taken off his skates. Erie dodges a bullet there. They'll chip it up the near side, but cannot clear. Corcoran holds in. Along the far corner, D'Amico gets away from Drysdale, but Drysdale quickly pounces back on top of him. Wraparound try here through the crease, and it just rolls wide off the tick of Curtis Douglas. The Otters from that far circle moves this one ahead, and off goes Garrett Podubny in flight into the offensive zone. Drops it back off. Golod holds, waits, fires, and scores! Max Golod from the bottom of the right wing circle cuts the lead in half with his 14th of the season. It's 2-1 Windsor. Just what the doctor ordered for the Erie Otters, coming at 5 minutes and 10 seconds. It wasn't the prettiest of plays, but since the Otters, you also got to go back to that no call when Curtis Douglas was hauled down just on his way to the Erie zone. And the Otters have beneficiary of that as they come back the other way. They've been the prettiest of passing plays, but it works out. It ends up onto the stick of Max Golod, who drifts to the circle and fires it glove hand side, and Erie is on the board from the Erie Insurance Arena. 2-1 game now. Here's Chaika now, but Erie's offside on that bouncing puck right at the line. With 14:37 left in the second. As Podubny, Yetman pick up the assist. And Max Golod has his first point since coming back in the lineup after missing 7 games with mono. He returned to the Otters lineup on Wednesday. On the board here with his 14th of the year. Luke Boca back the other way. Wine slaps this one towards the net. That's blocked by Jack Duff and the Otters. You can see they got some energy, some buzz now. As they come charging after the puck and swinging around the boards. That was Mac Dougal. Poked around Ryan Martin and on. Back to Erie ice here. Foot race Jack Duff and Boca. Duff on the backhand. Wrapped up and moves it on ahead. Selin across the zone end. It'll be picked up by the left-hander Ryan Martin. Cross ice feed off the body of Chaika. Bouncing puck just inside the neutral zone. The Otters play it back to their own end. 6 minutes off the clock here. Second period. Erie gets one back. It's 2-1. As Brendan Selin can't settle down a bouncing puck. Playfair takes over and worked ahead for Douglas right wing side. And off for Campbell right wing. Wrist shot from the circle. He misses wide. They can't hold him left side. Frasca just on. It rolls out to center ice. The Spitfires regain possession at their own end. Playfair watched by Mack. Gives left for Douglas. Right back for Frasca. In front. One-timer. Save made by Murphy. Back to the biscuit of the Spitfires. To the point. Allen's shot. Deflected. And that one sent wide. Douglas, of course, parked in front. Here's Campbell charging behind the net. Works it back behind the Erie goal. Martin takes it off his stick. On top of him is Frasca, but Erie unable to clear as this shot from the point misses just wide. And Sproul will golf this one ahead, trying to create a 2-on-1. D'Amato working in, but he overskates with Joe Mack. And Erie's offside. They back up and will make a change as Campbell passes this one ahead for Douglas right wing side. Man jumping in late. Douglas has it, walks in the slot. Wrist shot. That's blocked by Golden. He's slowed down a bit here. Poked by Gritz. It's still loose in Erie's circles. Kishnick gives some ground, rattles it off the glass. Nicely knocked out of midair by Campbell still out here. And they chip it back in deeper as Frasca goes to chase behind the Otters net. Knocked ahead by Kishnick. Found by Sproul and Al Golden. Headman for Gritz. The jam in on the right wing side and Golden off to the races trying to chase this one down. He forces Corcoran along the boards. And now taking over was Gritz. Golod in the neighborhood also. Golden holds in. Here's Gritz once more. Gives it the corner. Maxim Golod. Hands off. It's Garrett Podubny now. Out to Kishnick. Wrist shot off a leg and it bounces to the corner. Jammed up the boards by Windsor. D'Amico takes over. And out ahead, just out of reach of Cole Perdue. Erie knocks it back towards the near side line. But they can't get it in possession inside offensive territory as Angle carries the other way. Gives left with some numbers. D'Amico back in front. Deflected to the goal and Murphy comes up with a huge save on the backhand deflection by Tyler Angle in front of the net. 2-1. The Otters get on the board here with 12:03 to play in the second period. And the Otters with just 2 shots on goal through the first almost 8 minutes of play. Well, they do get one in as Maxim Golod cashes in at 5:10. It makes it a 1-goal hockey game once again from the Erie Insurance Arena. The Otters, they've been involved in a handful of 1-goal hockey games, 21 of them to be exact. Just behind the Guelph Storm, who had been in the most, as the Otters charge ahead forward after the take. And it's Matthew McDougall, the former Spitfire, on the far corner. Moves to the point. Drysdale just shoots it back down low. Hoffman, bouncing puck, nicely knocks it out of midair, but it bounces around the near side. Luca Hano can move it. Good to see he's all right after being shaken up a bit earlier in the frame. There's Luca Hano. Works over to the left wing side of his own end. Helped with some teammates as they get out the center. Luke Boca spins out of control. And Erie takes over the handle. To Jamie Drysdale. 27 points on the year, 1 behind the Erie Otters rookie defenseman record of 28 set by Travis Dermott in 2013-2014. As it's worked to center ice, sent back into the zone of their own end by the Spitfires. Erie can pick this one up. And Drysdale from neutral ice feeds Brennan Sellin, bouncing puck, hooked up on the play, down he goes. And Sean Allen will be serving this minor penalty for hooking. Brendan Sellin draws it on the rush by Jamie Drysdale. And the Otters power play to take the ice. Plymouth Tavern power play on for the first time tonight. Went 1 for 3 last night, and they scored power play goals in 3 straight games. A chance to tie up this hockey game. With the man advantage. Cole Purvu nicely jumps in front of that puck to poke it away from Maxim Golod. He'll force the Otters to try to bring this in from their own end. 10 seconds off the power play clock as Erie moves this one ahead. 15th ranked power play in the league, shot in by Garrett Podubny. That one an odd bounce, settles behind the net, and it still stays loose behind the goal. Knocked it in midair by Stales as Golod trying to hold in. Campbell cannot clear. Erie hands off. It's Yetman. Now Chaika. To Drysdale, center point, left side. Garrett Podubny waits, rich shot off the mark. That one rises high off the end glass. Erie can reset. Peter Chaika, right back to Drysdale, walks to the center point, evades a man. Drysdale walks in, his shot, and goes off a body, then off the glove of Purvu, and Erie gets it back behind the goal. Chaika, right circle, in some trouble, and quickly hands off to Chad Yetman near side. To the corner, and he'll find Drysdale at the left point. Drysdale gives to Garrett Podubny. On the left half wall. Waits, trying to give out in front. That pass is picked off. Drysdale holds in, however, as Purvu could not clear. Chaika, one-timer, kicked out, rebound in front, and it's cleared to the near wall, but not out. 50 seconds left in the power play. It's Podubny. Gets it right back from Golod to Drysdale. And the right-hander looks. Shuffles it for Podubny. Right side, Chaika. Throw it in front. Saved by Ince. No rebound. With Yetman in front, Colton Mintz has it lodged in his equipment. He'll gain the whistle with 9:47 to go here in the second. 41 seconds left on this Plymouth Tavern power play opportunity. 2-1, Spitfires lead, a chance for the Otters to tie things up. The draw comes to the right of Colton Ince as the second unit hits the ice for Erie. So guided behind the net. After face-off win by Windsor, and it's rattled down the ice on the clear by Luca Hano. Jacob Golden to bring it ahead. A Minnesota Wild 5th-round pick. Holds this, comes across the Otter center ice logo and leaves it for Sproul, left wing into the zone. Now jacked up. Cruises to his left, takes a peek, comes down to the circles, gives behind the goal for Gritz. Play shifts to the far side as Gritz is bodied up by Luca Hano. Jammed loose, Sellin trying to help out, and it's feathered out towards the near side boards, and it'll trickle to center. With 4 seconds left on this power play, Erie tries the right side, poked away from jacked up as Sellin puts it across the ice. Allen just chopping out of the box, and Erie can force this one ahead. Here's Gritz, left side circle, wrist shot, saved by Ince, and he holds on with 8:58 to go in the second. The Otters net one here at 5:10 of the second period to draw within one. As Max Golad's 14th of the year makes it 2-1 Windsor. Otters fans, a reminder that Dean's Dairy and True Moo Milk is the official milk choice of the Erie Otters. That's Dean's Dairy and True Moo Milk. Pick up a gallon today at your local grocer. .58 left here in this second frame. The Otters looking to tie this hockey game up. Unable to capitalize on the power play. Both teams 0 for 1. And it's sent skied out to center ice. Knocked down by Drysdale, and Jean-Luc Foudy brings it in. Hands off to Douglas. He delivers it back to the left corner of the Otters' end. Douglas, watched by Drysdale. Stops behind the goal. Then a backhanded out in front. Picked up by Foudy. He'll leave it to the point. Stales. Right side Corcoran. Watched by Dan D'Amato. Hustles across. Trying to poke this one ahead as Dan D'Amato into the skates of Hoffman and held in here by the Spitfires as taking this away is D'Amato. He will get this out to center ice as it's tucked in by Joe Mack, who heads off on the shift change. D'Amato chases to the near corner. One hand on his stick trying to stop up. Corcoran nicely defends and plays it ahead right wing side for Douglas, who has it taken away. Good back check by Peter Chaika. Runs to his own man, and Curtis Henry sends it out to center for Dan D'Amato. Sweep it left wing side into the zone. And the chase is Hoffman to the near side corner. There it's moved by Sean Allen up the wall. Douglas takes over, coughs it right up to McDougal. Walks in just off the bench. A shot is stopped. Comes to Chaika and it bounces over his stick on the rebound. And off goes Douglas. Well, McDougal given a gift from his former team. They can't beat goaltender Colton Inks. And it's sent into the zone by the Otters once more. Slowed by Corcoran, lifted out to center. Jacked up, he'll hoist it back in. And onto the right wing side as the Otters touch up, now chasing his goal line. Moved for Jean-Luc Foudy, room to skate through center. And into the zone, he works right wing side, turns on the Jets behind the net. Cross it out in front, comes to Prabhu, backhand shot, sliding across and getting a piece of it is Murphy. As he denies that opportunity, the Otters looking to headman this one for Max Golod. Twising on the play as Golod helps to beat it out against Luca Heno. Stevenson to the far side. At the corner, he's tied up by the Otters' Chad Yetman. Rotted loose by Stevenson, sent to the circles. Here he got a stick on it, as Angle could not clear. They work it to the right side, and this time Cole Purbu in some trouble. The Otters quickly swarm with gold shirts, but calmly moving it out to center ice is Luca Heno. Here he once more takes possession. Here's Sproul. Peeks around one man, gives the goal line to the right wing circle. He's got the goal here tonight for the Otters, but they trail by one. 2-1 Windsor here in this critical Western Conference playoff matchup that could see one of these teams. This is who's in and who's out. Nudged at the right side, Podolny just gone. Gains possession, trying to cut to the middle of the ice here. Lots of shirts, but they give it across for Sproul. Nicely poked away at the last second by Stevenson. He got the blade on it before Sproul could tap it towards the net. Kishnick ahead for Sproul at center. And once more cleared to the red line and moved by Golden. Kara Podolny fires it, a knuckler towards the goal. That's scooped up by Colton Ince, and he holds on with 6:06 to play in the second period. 2-1 Windsor. Face off one to Golden. Hands right, Kishnick floated towards the net. That goes off a stick, waving the wand, and was Selin. And it was a high stick on that play as the Otters touch up next, and the whistle sounds. He's looking to tell. I think it caught off of Brendan Selin up high. Colton Ince made a save. whistle sounds. With a high stick on the play. And the face-off out to neutral ice. In a 2-1 hockey game here from Erie. The Otters trying to gain ground on the Windsor Spitfires. The last time they meet this season, the Otters have the season series lead 2-1. After only winning one game against the Spitfires last year. It's lifted out ahead by Windsor into Erie territory. Golden trying to win the foot race. No icing on the play. He has to tuck this one out to center ice. Bounce it ahead for Brendan Selleck. Now D'Amato left wing side and comes into the zone. Sharp angle try. Nicely fought off by Colton Ince as D'Amato trying to sneak another one in here. And another good save for goaltender Ince. They leave it for Kishnik on the right side. Stripped to the puck at that far boards by Garrigan. And off comes Windsor. Into the Erie zone. First shot from Playfair. It skips wide behind the net. Boca follows up behind the goal. And along with Ben Garrigan. Chopped along by Gritz and Dan D'Amato. He'll flip this up out to center. Glove down by Frasca. And then tapped once more into the zone by Campbell. He's had his fair share of OHL teams he's performed with. Originally a member of the Sarnia Sting, drafted third round in 2014, Campbell. Now his overage here has spent time with Ottawa, Kitchener, and Owen Sound. Now with the Windsor Spitfires, rounding out his OHL eligibility. As Campbell fires it across the neutral zone for Douglas. Taken off of his stick by Drysdale. Quickly on his back is Frasca. As two Otters pile a man on the near corner. They're down. Wraparound try here from Douglas. Stop made. The rebound jammed away at by Campbell. Loose puck now behind the net. After the Otters get a couple stops from goaltender Murphy. Looking to knuckle this out ahead. It'll get across that line as Allen trying to handle that puck. It's followed up by the Otters' Joe Mack. As just slaps it ahead. He's settled down by Corcoran in his own circles. Under 4 to go. Here in the second period. Chad Yetman chases near side. Douglas takes over and just lofts it ahead. Nice bounce. Takes a Windsor bounce for Campbell to backhand in deep. Henry on the handle for Erie to Peter Chaika. He just rolls off his stick, but he'll find it at center red anyways. And trying to hand off to Yetman. The pass bouncing around here. Being chopped forward by Nathan Sales. And all the way down to Erie ice. No icing on this play. As Drysdale there to help out. Henry also. The Otters, they had numbers ahead, but they can't get it out to the neutral zone as Stales slaps it back in deeper. At the corner. Drysdale just picked on D'Amico at the time. Allows Erie to scoop it up. Send it out ahead, right wing side. McDougall gets it across the line. Now Yetman trying to curl it back in front. Nicely defended by Luca Hano. He takes possession over the far side. Two gold shirts on top of him quickly. And the white shirts on top of Podubny to take it over. And they send it out to center. Delivered back in deep by Ryan Martin. Erie touches up, changes on for the home squad. Sent around the horn. Emmett Sproul out here for Gritz. Wrist shot. That one sails wide on the blocker side. Ryan Martin ties up Angle. Angle recovers here. Shoots it off the body of Emmett Sproul. Gritz trying to hold him from the far side. Martin steps in once more. Sproul there as well. And it's nudged out the center on the backside by Cole Purvu. 2.5 to go. 2-1 hockey game. Windsor Spitfires with a pair of goals in the first. Erie answers with Maxim Golod here in the second. Within range. Here's Gritz, left wing side. Has a drop pass, but he'll shoot instead. Save made. Bouncing puck along the goal line. Knocked to the near boards. Comes to Duff. Wants to step into it. And he's knocked from behind and off his skates by a hit from Douglas as Footy takes it away. Busts around one man. Jean-Luc Footy, right wing side. Drops it off. Walking in for Corcoran. And he scores. Outweights Murphy and slides it underneath him. And the Windsor Spitfires reestablish the 2-goal lead. It's 3-1. Well, Ryan Martin takes away the pass, going across the ice. And Connor Corcoran jumping in to make it a third man. And he brings it over to the right wing side. Murphy, who had to try to settle up in the middle of the net. And knowing that he had Will Cooley on the far side of that net, Connor Corcoran just outweights the goaltender and slides it into the back of the net. His 8th of the season. And it's a 3-1 hockey game. Spitfires ahead by 2 once more. Max Golod back behind his own goal. Run to the near side wall. Then Garrigan came crashing in. He got more boards than he did of The Otters forward. But with the puck, deliver it back behind the Otters goal. Boca puts a hip into Jacob Golden. Erie steers it over the far boards, but not out. Stevenson shoots it towards the goal. Glove down by goaltender Murphy. With a minute 37 left here in the second period. 3-1 lead. The Windsor Spitfires get that goal right back towards the end of this period. At 17:54 from Jean-Luc Foudy. And it's 3-1. Well, the Otters do a lot of their scoring in the third period. If you take a look at the goals scored per period, as this one's settled in the Erie end, they'll hold on. 65 goals for Erie in the third is more than the first and second, and they will need that offense to find itself once more as they trail by 2, and now into the final minute 15 of this second frame. Chaika down the left wing side. Nicely poke check by the reach of 6'3" Sean Allen. And Erie back at their own line. Drysdale for Chaika. Skips off his stick. Campbell to move it. Leaves it at center red with a minute left. Braska, his pass poked away by Erie's Garrett Podubny. Now Chaika, wrist shot. Held to by Ince on the save. And he'll gain the whistle with no rebound, and the draw will be to his right. The 5th round pick of the Niagara Ice Dogs in 2015, Colton Ince. The odd man out there, and when the Windsor Spitfires sent Michael DiPietro in that blockbuster to the Ottawa 67s. Had a goaltending hole to fill, and here comes Colton Ince. One to Curtis Henry at the line. Delivers it back behind the net. Erie down final 45 seconds of this frame. Henry holds from the point, slaps it towards the goal. That one knocked away off a couple of bodies as they put up a wall in front of the goaltender and deliver it back to Erie Ice. Drysdale for McDougall. Tied up at center red, and he'll hoist it into the zone to the near side corner with half a minute to play. Colton Ince will move it behind his net. Worked out ahead as McDougall almost had that pass. Drysdale finds it at center and charges him down the left wing side. Ducks around Corcoran. Loose puck to the corner. Jam behind the net by the Spitfires, trying to clear on the far boards. Then they will put it off the leg of Drysdale with 10 seconds up in the period. Here's one last gas shot from Foudy on the left side. And it's held to by Murphy with 3.6 left. And one more face-off inside Erie territory. And to the right of goaltender Daniel Murphy. And they're coming up during the break. We'll chat with head coach Chris Hartsburg on the other side of this. One back, trying to get a shot away here. The Spitfires bounce one off a leg to the far corner, trying to center, but there's no time on the clock. Otters get one back as Maxim Golot picks up his 14th of the season, rips it from the right wing circle, which at the time drew the Otters within one. But it's followed up late with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left. Connor Corcoran on a rush with Jean-Luc Foudy finishes it off, and it's 3-1 Windsor. We'll head for a break. When we come back, we'll have the UPMC intermission report, and we'll chat with Erie Otters bench boss Chris Hartsburg. That's next. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Jerry just gradually got worse and worse. Our doctor said the only thing that could save you is a live donor.
Karen's husband Jerry had end-stage liver disease and needed a transplant.
Our oldest daughter said, "Dad, I'm a match, let's do this."
UPMC is the only hospital in the region that does living donor liver transplants.
UPMC saved all of our lives. My girls still have their dad. I still have my sweetheart.
I didn't choose to have my liver fail. I did choose UPMC.
At ServPro in West Erie County, no job is too big and no question is too small. So when fire or water damage strikes your home or business, call on ServPro of West Erie County at 814-806-1987. That's where you'll find a team of specialists that's faster to any size disaster. So when the things that matter most are on the line, call ServPro of West Erie County, 814-806-1987 to help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Hi, this is Ed Rendell. I've got to admit that I was sort of a dinosaur when it came to using social media. But my son found Epic Web Studios, and we began working with them. And they've done an incredible job with us. They've significantly increased our followers on Twitter and Facebook. They make sure that we put up the right things. They capture every good thing that I've said or done on TV and get it out real quickly. And it's been just a revelation to me, and they've been tremendous to work with.
Don't be a dinosaur. Call or text Epic Web Studios at 814-746-6987.
What sedan lets you hit the road and not the gas station? With an average of 37 miles per gallon highway, it's a 2018 Nissan Sentra. This compact sedan has a sporty profile thanks to its sleek aerodynamic design. It also has other great standard features like Bluetooth and remote keyless entry. The 2018 Nissan Sentra. Zero down for only $199 a month. Sign and drive. What's the best-selling SUV in America? It's the Nissan Rogue. Zero down for only $279 a month for 36 months. Sign and drive. The Rogue has standard features such as zero-gravity seats, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and rear cross-traffic alert. Zero down for only $279 a month for 36 months. Sign and drive. Stop in and meet the Rogue family at Interstate Nissan, 1.5 miles south of I-90 on Peachtree.
18 Nissan Sentra, selling price $19,247, VIN JY320068. 18 Nissan Rogue, selling price $26,100, VIN JP503998. Both leases 12,000 miles per year for 36 with Tier 1 credit approval through NMAC. Lease payment is plus tax, title, license, stock fee, and $595 acquisition fee.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back inside the UPMC Intermission Report. Aaron Cooney here, joined at this time by Erie Otters head coach Chris Hartsburg. And Chris, a tough one last night, but your team does pull out a point out of it gave towards the end there, especially that third period, gave Oshawa a game and almost stole away that second point. But for your group to rebound from Wednesday night, how did you see everything play out last evening against the Oshawa Generals?
I thought our goalie was really good the first two periods. Pretty much the main reason we were ahead in that game. But in saying that, I thought, with the lead going in the third period, we got better. I thought our game was much better in the third than it was the previous two. And, in going into that third, it was just a matter of playing the way we need to play. And it showed up in the third. And, we had some looks. And, their goalie made some big saves there in the third period to keep it tied up, much like ours did the first two. And it was one of those games where we got the point great. We probably didn't deserve it considering how we played the first two periods, but our goalie kept us in there, and again, they got the extra one and they probably deserved it.
And seeing that third period and going into overtime, how does your group grasp that and take this forward, knowing the season continues to wane down into the final 17 games and knowing still chasing playoff positioning and everything it is, but that's the way we need to play the rest of the way on out?
Yeah, that was our message this morning. It was, we showed them pretty much 5 minutes of video from our third period, and it was just all the things we've been doing, and, we've gotten away from here. And certainly it's something that we as a group know we can do on a more consistent basis, and when we do it, we're a very good hockey team, and when we don't, we're pretty average.
You mentioned after the game Wednesday against Kitchener that the group cheated for its offense and needed a little more commitment to defensive hockey. Did you see that last night, bouncing back against the Oshawa Generals?
I thought we were fine defensively. I think we were a little bit sloppy, if anything. I think that was a big part of our play there. The first two periods is we didn't manage the puck very well. We turned a lot of pucks over in bad areas, but I thought defensively, I thought we were okay.
You look at special teams, and that's been something you can look at where maybe one day the power play is clicking, PK not so much, but you win a special teams battle. You go 1 for 3 on the power play and also killed 5 penalties, stopping the Oshawa Generals power play unit. How big was that for your special teams unit, knowing it's kind of been a rotating door, getting guys in and out, and in the way the lineup hasn't been able to be as consistent as I'm sure you had hoped for in the second half of the season, but still nonetheless, it's going to be a nice ticket moving forward to see the way they performed last night.
Yeah, our kill was good. Our power play came up with a timely goal, certainly, and if we can continue to get that type of play out of both special teams, then it's going to lead to more points for us in the standings. And I think at this point right now, regardless of what's happened thus far this year, we got to make sure that we're really doing a good job in those areas. I mean, absolutely, we don't want to be in the box 5 times against a good hockey team like that, but our kill did a pretty good job of denying many really quality looks by their power play.
Peter Chayka was a bit slow kind of from his production going into the World Junior Championship, came back out, only had a pair of goals through the first 11 games, I believe it was, and then here all of a sudden he's finding the back of the net. How important is that for this group moving forward, and also for his confidence with everything going ahead, that you need some guys that can fill the back of the net for you?
Well, yeah, I mean, we need Peter to score, but we also need Peter to play well in all facets of his game, and I think, his play's just been okay. I thought, he gets 3 goals in his last 2 games, which is great, but, we need him to be a good player in all 3 zones and be responsible, but more importantly, compete. And, we saw a little bit better Peter in the third, and, hopefully they can carry that into tonight.
As your team has battled through injuries and bodies in and out of the lineup, how has it been difficult as a coach to find chemistry and molding together lines and creating, a consistency at least for these guys to kind of find teammates that know it's going to kind of work? You go with down a forward last night, 7 defensemen just because of the circumstances, but as a head coach, how do you find and navigate that kind of pathway to put guys together to find success on the ice?
Well, I mean, it kind of plays itself out a little bit. I mean, I want to keep them rolling as much as I can, but, when you get into certain situations, the guys that have been playing well are going to get out there, and I thought last night, we got to a point where we were really playing 9-10 forwards towards the back end of the game, and, when we needed a spell, we'd throw some guys out there, but, it's going to be no different tonight. It's going to be dictated by their play early, and if we can, get some good flow going with it, then I don't have to worry about it. But if guys aren't playing well, and then I got to make sure we're spotting them in different situations.
Again, an important game for this team, as the team you take on had the day off and was able to prepare and wait for you. You had to play the night before, and then come into this one as the Windsor Spitfires rested, ready to go here in Erie yesterday, and down to tonight's game. The last time you guys were up in their building on a Thursday, it didn't go the way this team wanted to. Your group kind of looked a little shell-shocked, deer in the headlights with such an important game. How are they prepared for this evening?
Well, I think if we come out and play the way we played in the third period last night, that's going to dictate how this game goes. And that was one thing we didn't do up there last time, is we really made it hard on ourselves. We turned a lot of pucks over in the neutral zone. We didn't do a great job of supporting pucks on exits and on entries. And, if we do a good job of moving our feet and advancing pucks and playing a faster game, then, we're going to have success. But if we don't, and we want to be cute and play into their hands, where they're going to turn pucks over and just jam right back down your throat, and then it could be a long night for us. But we got to advance, we got to play simple, and we got to work behind their defense.
I think so. It's Chris. Good luck here against Windsor.
Yep, thanks, Sean.
It's Chris Hartsburg, head coach for the Erie Otters. More coming up on the UPMC Intermission Report on the Erie Otters Radio Network, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Whether you're an empty nester or a new retiree, when it comes to protecting your health, you want a sure thing you can count on, and that's Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Nationally recognized by J.D. Power for outstanding member satisfaction with Medicare Advantage plans. When you need great customer service, count on Blue. Whoever you are and wherever you're headed, when you need us most, count on Blue. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. This award is neither endorsed nor given by Medicare. For award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
When you have a great name you can trust, you know where you can get a great used car with guaranteed credit approval. Erie Auto Credit, the home of guaranteed credit approval 100% of the time. Stop in today or go to erieautocredit.com.
The Sheraton and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels are proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. Join them for their pregame and postgame celebration at the award-winning Bayfront Grill or the brand-new Shoreline Grill, located just minutes away from all the action. Let them help you fuel up for the high-energy game with their extensive menus and craft brew selections. You oughter be dining with the best. The Sheraton Erie Bayfront Grill and Courtyard by Marriott.
Northern Pennsylvania Regional College. Where are we? The answer is right here, in your hometown, in your neighborhood, in your community. We are here offering 2-year degrees in workforce development where is needed the most. With evening classes, our students can balance life and work without having to leave their community. Visit regionalcollegepa.org for our degree options and application process. Northern Pennsylvania Regional College. This could change everything.
Love where you live? Find yourself here with NPRC and enroll for spring 2019.
When you need a loan and you don't know where to get it, you gotta call Erie Auto Credit. Erie Auto Credit.
With the new Express Sports football and car racing from the Pennsylvania Lottery, you can play your favorite sports at participating retailers, bars, and restaurants. Make your picks on your placelet, like touchdown pass on the third play, or the first 3 cars to cross the finish line, and watch the fast-paced lifelike action on the big screen. With drawings for cash prizes every 5 minutes, there's never a dull moment. Come on, come on. Yes!
Express Sports from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Compete from your seat. Players must be 18 or older. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The new home of the Erie Otters. WRIE Erie. CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back inside the Erie Insurance Arena. It's the UPMC Intermission Report. Erie trails 3-1 through 40 minutes of play. Let's recap it for you. In the first period, it was Windsor with a pair of goals. Starting at 5:08, put Chris Playfair on the board. And then a minute 47 later, Jordan Frasco with his 8th of the year makes it 2-0, taking us in the second frame. And Erie gets one back. 5:10, Maxim Golod finds the back of the net for his 14th of the season. First goal in the 3 games back since missing 7 with mono. And a nice shot from the right wing side as he beats Colton Ince on the glove hand. And it's a 1-goal game, but late. Erie in the offensive zone, buzzing a bit. The pass comes out to the defenseman Jack Duff at the left circle. He wants to step into a one-timer, but he's hit from behind and knocked away from the play by Curtis Douglas. Maybe a little bit early. Crowd was upset. The Otters didn't like it, but it's picked up by Jean-Luc Foudy, and he just flies down the right wing side of the Erie territory, which because of that hit and jacked up out of the play, it's a 3-on-1. He drops it off to the late man. That's Connor Corcoran, and Corcoran dekes out goaltender Murphy. Hit that goal right back, makes it 3-1. Windsor. 10 shots on goal for both teams. Both teams also 0 for 1 on the man advantage, which brings us here to the final 20 minutes of this hockey game, and Erie needs to dig in deep here and find their hockey game in the third frame. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by the Sheridan and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels, proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. You honor to be staying with the best. Saginaw Spirit lead the London Knights 3-2 with 4 minutes to go in the second period. The Guelph Storm up 3-1 on the Sarnia Sting with a 3-goal second period, 21 seconds left in the second. The Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, how about this? Keegan Howdeshell with a hat trick as they roll 6-2 over the Niagara Ice Dogs through 40 minutes. The Flint Fibers with a 3-0 lead over the Barrie Colts through the first 5 minutes of the second period. Owen Sound leads Kingston 2-1 with 10 minutes off the clock in the second period. A final from earlier today, the Ottawa 67s downing the Hamilton Bulldogs 4-3 from afternoon action in Hamilton. We'll step for a break, and when we come back, we got the third period next. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
As a CEO, I want the best from our employees. In return, they want the best from their company, especially when it comes to their health benefits. That's why we choose UPMC Health Plan. It gives our employees in-network access to the best doctors and hospitals, including the world-class care of UPMC. And the best part? It's affordable for all of us.
For the quality, affordable coverage your company deserves, here's the plan, UPMC Health Plan.
Meet you at Molly's before the game, after the game, or for the game. The modern Irish pub is the Otters away game headquarters with live stream broadcast. Molly Brannigan's hospitality is rivaled only by her cooking. Our new menu features the finest homemade Irish fare, along with a wee bit of the unexpected. Happy hour is the perfect pregame. Score with buy one, get one appetizers and discounted drinks. And don't forget to try our Otters signature sandwich, the ultimate fan food. Molly Brannigan's, just north of Perry Square on State.
Every time you enter the doors at New Motors, you're guaranteed to find the most experienced team in town. They understand the value of teamwork, provide great customer service, fight to get you the best price, and at the end of the day,
Outstanding customer service is our goal.
Only at New Motors.
When you visit, remember, tell them Larry sent you.
Welcome to Tim Hortons.
I'll take a coffee and...
How about a bagel breakfast sandwich? They're just 2 for $4.
Ah, I like that.
Freshly prepared with savory sausage, fluffy egg, and melted cheese on a freshly baked bagel. Just 2 for $4.
I like that. I just fist bumped your speaker.
Oh, I just fist bumped you back.
Get 2 sausage, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwiches on a plain bagel or English muffin for just $4. Or mix and match for $4. Great quality at a great value. It's all good at Tim Hortons. No substitutions or additions, limited time only at participating restaurants.
Every child deserves a permanent home and a loving family. There are hundreds of children in Erie County who dream of finding their forever family. Consider opening your heart and home to a child. Consider adoption through Family Services of NWPA. Learn more at adoptnwpakids.org. Family Services of NWPA is a proud sponsor of the Erie Otters.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back inside the Erie Insurance Arena. 20 minutes on the clock here. The Otters trail by 2, 3-1 Windsor as we get to action here. I'm Aaron Cooney. Thanks for joining us here on this Saturday night as the Otters shoot one towards the goal. Martin has it skip wide. And Erie chasing after the biscuit on the far side. Getman chopped off his stick by Tyler Angle. Rolled to the near side for Stales to work ahead. Tapped along by D'Amico as Hoffman runs a man near his side to the delight of the crowd as Erie shoots it in from center red. Change on for the Otters as McDougal trying to chase Corcoran, who got the goal right back in that second frame for these Spitfires to go ahead 3-1. Here's McDougal out of center ice. Right wing side, steps around Hano, walks to the goal here, shooting, and it's getting a piece for his ins. Has a rebound high to the air to the far side circle. Goal line. Twisted around from Angle. Drysdale pinches in down to the half wall. Steps around him in, but can't keep that puck in. And is worked ahead by Luca Hano. And up off the stick of the defender, Curtis Henry. Look out, Hano in on the play in the right wing circle as he was turned around by Curtis Douglas. Erie takes over. Headman this one, just out of the reach of Maxim Golod, who gets a stick on it. No icing on the play. Stevenson off the stick of Golod. Allows it to be settled behind the net for Foodie. And he charges out ahead, speeding out right wing side through neutral ice. Across the Erie stripe here. That one's offside. Originally, Harrington said everything was all good and then pointed and blew the whistle for offside. But at the initial, I think it was a little early on the play because Foodie made that last second move along the blue line that forces line mates off on the play. 18:33 left. Here in the hockey game, and the Otters need 2 to tie. As the Spitfires looking to go ahead 5 points in the Western Conference standings ahead of the Erie Otters for that 8th seed. Erie picks off a centering pass. They'll work it ahead left wing for Emmett Sproul. Out to center ice, right side for Joe Mack. Back for Sproul, nicely tied up by Corcoran as Sproul goes crashing to the end boards on the stick lift. And ahead comes the Windsor Spitfires to the near side. Across the line was Foodie. He'll bring it back out to neutral ice, tuck it into the Erie zone where it's settled by Jake Golden. He'll bring the puck back the other way. Wheeling down the right wing side. Rolls off his stick and he's planted hard by Stales. Erie follows up with Alex Gritz as Golden. He'll stay in on the play to the far side corner as Brendan Selin down against Polka. Skips it down the boards once more. It'll roll on its edge to the near corner. And there to move it is Stales after control off the stick of Garrigan down to Erie ice. 2.5 off the clock. Heavy check on Golden back behind the Erie net. Moved by Playfair to the point. Shot from Hano. Save made by Murphy. And after the rebound, it's Martin ahead for D'Amato and swept out the center on the backhand for Erie. Chips it up the near side. Gritz chasing. Ends up back on the tape of Garrett Podubny. His pass intended for Duff. Grabbed by D'Amato. D'Amato back for Garrett Podubny, and that's intercepted, and Windsor gives it back to Erie ice. They'll try right side. Drysdale trying to back the D down. Drop pass. Garrett Podubny at the faceoff dot. Right back to Drysdale along the goal line. Trying to feed out in front. Here's a bouncing puck towards the goal, and a blocker save made by Ince. Erie sets up Drysdale right side through the net with traffic. Puck never made it on goal. Erie wants to go to the blue line. That's picked off, and flying away with the puck is Foodie. Closed off by Drysdale. but it leaves it in down deep to Erie territory. Moody will find it once more on the near side. At the Otters half wall after the play by Duff. Delivers it down low for Frasco, who's tied up by Drysdale. Donato after it. He'll drill it off the glass and out to center ice, no icing. And Erie Otters able to finish up parts of a change as the Spitfires take over from their own end with 16:15 to play. In regulation time, the Otters down by 2. Sent back to Erie ice once more. Drysdale runs a man off the puck. Ahead for Matthew McDougall. Up the near side for Chaikin. Tossed into the zone. Off the M board. Settled by Ince behind the net. And moving the puck is Stevenson along the far wall. Tied up there was Cole Purbu by Peter Chaikin. Onto the handle now. Angle. He'll go for a skate. Charge back behind his net. And hold there with 15:45 to go. Gives right. Stevenson ahead. Played in by Purbu and settled by Murphy behind the net. Spitfires a minus 21 goal differential in the third period. The Erie Otters have done their most damage in scoring in the third period this season as they can't get it across the line with possession. It's sent from center end by D'Amico back down to Erie ice. On the far boards, Henry planted there by Tyler Angle. Douglas back behind the net. Shoved. It's one hand on the stick, using that long arm span to send it back out in front. Douglas reaching for it after the centering pass. Erie guides it to the far side corner. They rattle the glass as Barton and Douglas collide in the corner, but the Otters have the puck and charge ahead. It's Max Golmont around. Drops it off for Henry. Moving on. And his shot is stopped by Ince. Cuts off the angle as he comes to the top of the blue paint in his crease and denies Curtis Henry from the right side circle. Sent back behind the net by the Otters. Garrett Podobny for Brendan Selin. Into the far side corner. Erie down 2 here. Selin knocked off the puck. Podobny follows up. Works it across the zone. Skating with it down to the right wing circle. Takes a look. Gives to Golden. Delivered for Brendan Selin behind the goal. Centering pass up off a stick. Off his skate. Kept out of the net by Colton Ince. And Joe Mack will find it. Bouncing puck is Joe Mack. Runs in his own man Golden. Grabbed by Hano, and he'll deliver it down to the near side corner. Of the Otters end, Erie cannot clear. Boca hit by Joe Mack. Puck loose about 8 feet inside the Erie zone. Further down to the goal line, Jacob Golden takes over for the Otters. And off the backhand, Brendan Selin picks it up, moves it across, takes the hit, makes a play. Dan D'Amato into the zone left side. His shot that was partially blocked. Gritz follows up now. Carries to the corner. Delivers for Donato behind the net. Centering pass. It's intercepted by Boca. Rattled off the boards, and it'll slide back to Erie ice. Does it have enough for icing? It's washed out, forcing the issue of the Spitfires as Will Cooley chases down former teammate last year, minor midget, Jamie Drysdale. Both with the Toronto Marlboros. Hoffman back the other way. Trying to walk out in front. Puts a backhander to the goal. He scores! Hoffman walks the goal line, and the backhand shot fools Colton Ince, and Erie's within 1. Now Brendan Hoffman, more and more this first-year man looks like a veteran OHL player. Just uses his big frame at 6'2", 200, works around the defender. And Thomas Stevenson, as he takes the puck off the wall, just walks the goal line, and the backhander underneath the arm of Colton Ince. And the Otters are within 1. They lose the handle. McDougall, wrist shot blocked, and it's poked between the circles. The Spitfires take over. Playfair charges the other way. He opened the scoring back in the first, and his wrister partially blocked. And Yetman can find it at the left circle. Off the stick out to center ice. Chaika follows up. Stick handling with the Otters are offside as it rolled off the blade of Peter Chaika. With 13:17 to go here in the third period. And Brendan Hoffman, his 9th of the season, draws Erie within 1 yet again. Erie wins the face-off. Curtis Henry delivers it down to the near corner. Here's Sproul, right back for McDougal. That pass was blocked as Corcoran sends it on for Hano and gives left side to Miko. Pokes it around Golden down the near side corner of the Otters zone. Henry wins that foot race, gives ahead for Jacob Golden. The Otters going to work ahead 2-on-2. McDougal to Golden. Going to give back to McDougal. Nice pressure on the backside, but here he gets it. Here's Sproul. He scores! Evan Sproul follows up on the left circle and rips it past Conitz. Brand new hockey game from Erie, Pennsylvania. Erie's first round pick, 21st overall in 2017, as Jacob Golden leads the rush out ahead. Has it taken on a poke check from behind, but it sits the left circle. Emmett Sproul follows up, and he folds Colton Ince on the short side. And we have a brand new game from the Erie Insurance Arena, all tied up at 3. Here's Boca back the other way. Sends it in behind the Otters' net. Grab near side as the Spitfires want to get it right back. Stale to the goal. Oh, deflected in front of Murphy. Gets a piece of it to send it to the near boards. And behind the net now as Duff moves it left side. Scooped ahead by the Otters. Bouncing puck where it's kicked by Stales into his own end. Protects it, shielding, using his body away from Maxim Golod. And here back into Erie territory comes Ben Garrigan. Run off the puck by Martin. Jack Duff takes over for Erie. Ahead for Maxim Golod. On the left side, joining is D'Amato, and he couldn't settle the puck down to get a shot away. Nudged ahead on the far boards. Cooley delivers it back to Erie ice with under 12 to go. Brendan Hoffman and Emmett Sproul, 22 seconds apart to tie this hockey game at 3. Erie will go to the penalty box now. It's going to be Joe Mack, I believe, as he trips up Connor Corcoran. And the second power play of the game for the Windsor Spitfires. The Planet Fitness penalty kill will take the ice for the Otters. Erie wins the face-off, skied ahead, and bounce down Brendan Selin, rolling puck, trying to move in short-handed. Selin on the foot speed of Jean-Luc Foudy, able to negate that opportunity and poke it away from Brendan Selin. Back the other way, here they come, the Spitfires, trying to give across the zone. Erie got a stick on that pass, and it's out ahead to center ice once more. Brendan Selin trying to work through Hino, runs into him, and he's knocked off his skates, as Jean-Luc Foudy back once more to pick up the mail. Carry it to center ice, flying across a couple of zones and into the offensive side. Erie territory back behind the goal now. Foudy all the way to the right point, leaves it out to the center point area, out of the reach of Luca Hano as Peter Chaika chasing after it near side. Penalty on the way to Foudy, and Erie has the puck. Put up the after it, hooked off his stick. The whistle sounds, and Foudy goes for holding. That'll negate the power play. Foudy to the box. This speedster is off. We skate 4-on-4. It should be noted that Jamie Drysdale picks up an assist on that Brendan Hoffman goal to make it 3-2. Jamie Drysdale, his 28th point, 24th assist. That ties Travis Dermott's rookie defenseman record for single points, or for points in a single season with 28. That the now Toronto Maple Leafs defenseman picked up for the 2013-2014 year. Erie has control of the puck. It bounces over the stick of Curtis Henry. Erie has to reset. Skating 4-on-4 here. Played off the skate of Cole Purbu. Watched by Max Golod. Jams on the brakes for a shot off the side of the net. Purbu after to the near corner. Turned around by Golod. Erie lost the handle behind the net. Angle takes over. Slips away from Jack Duff for a moment. In to help out was Maxim Golod, and bouncing puck. Erie loose along their net here, and Erie just feeds it around the boards to the line, but not out. Corcoran to Angle, spinning, taken away by Gara Podubny, and off goes Maxim Golod. Out to center red. Stick handling, trying to get around Corcoran. Spin move now. And the puck sent to the corner, and Henry follows up there. Erie will go to a shortened power play here in a couple of minutes. Podubny shoved from behind, knocked off the puck, and here comes Angle out to center ice. Cruz left side and hand off to Stales. Wrist shot blocked and hit the backside of Curtis Henry as Zellin jams it out towards the Erie bench, and out of the box comes Joe Mack. Erie on the power play as Windsor takes possession. A shortened power play for the Otters. Allen will launch it in the air, corner to corner, 200 feet. And the Otters pick it up. Here's Jacob Golden. Lifted in left side. He'll go chase after it. Golden sees it slap to the near side corner. Chaika watching. Allen just pins it along the boards. He'll just kill the precious time on this power play for the Otters. Down to 20 seconds now. 3 aside of the near side corner. Trying to knock this loose if they can. Allen, this is great work from the overage defender. Keeps it along the boards. Erie finally fishes it out. Here's Drysdale at the line. Drags, waits, pulls the trigger. It's blocked. 5 seconds on the power play. Peter Chaika takes over. They give to Emmett Sproul, right wing side. Walks in, a wrist shot, saved by Ince. Out of the box is Foodie. And with 8:47 left in the third, the Otters and the Spitfires all tied up at 3. And we'll go back to 5-on-5. Keep your clothes in top shape with Chido's Dry Cleaners, complete with an easy, accessible drive-through and free pickup and drop-off. Chido's Cleaners is second to none. It's Chido's Dry Cleaners, the official dry cleaning service provider of the Erie Otters. Back to action here from the Erie Insurance Arena, and a tie game at 3. The two teams battling for that 8th spot in the Western Conference playoff picture as we enter into the final couple of weeks of this OHL season. Spitfires ahead of the Otters with a hold of 3 points for the 8th spot right now. Erie Otters about to get a regulation win. But here we go, back to Erie ice on the near corner. Foodie gives out to the point. Held in by Stevenson, ramped off a stick out of play. And with 8:05 to go in the third, face-off will be in Erie territory. And on to the right side of Erie's goaltender, Dan Murphy getting the start here tonight. The Otters trailing by 2 entering this period. 5-26, 0-1 when trailing after 2 periods, as this puck is off the stick of Gara Podubny and into the Erie bench. We'll reset, do it again. Inside the Otters zone. As the Spitfires see a lead disappear. With Erie picking up goals just 22 seconds apart from Brendan Hoffman and Emmett Sproul. And there's the young Erie forwards coming through. As the Otters spin this out to center ice, Windsor resets. Spitfires have not lost a hockey game when they lead after 2 periods. 16-0 in the situation. The Otters have tied this one up. Goes off the stick of Gara Podubny in front of the Windsor bench. Battled for and sent across. Stales has it now, left side. He'll rattle into the Erie zone. Around the horn, backhanded by D'Amico behind the Otters goal. There's Ryan Martin of the Erie Otters. Taken off of his stick by D'Amico. Trying to feed it out in front. Otters intercept, get a stick on it. As Brendan Sellen guides it ahead. Settled once more by the blue liners of these Spitfires. And on the back, nice back check from Yetman. Took it away from Angle for a second, but Connor Corcoran follows up. The Otters jam it ahead once more. Yetman right wing side. Cruises into the zone. Wrist shot. That's blocked by Allen, who steps in front of it. Well, on the far side, half wall. Erie tucks it in down deep. Now they're going to make a change in their forward unit. Allows the Spitfires some room to skate to center ice. And a loop Boga left wing side. Sidesteps the check coming from Golden, but ends up down along the ice. As Erie first to it is Curtis Henry. And feeds this ahead for Emmett Sproul, who tied this game up. Early over. Lost that handle. Forgot the puck at his own line, or at the offensive blue line. Erie would have been offsides. So they have to reset once more from neutral ice. As Golod sweeps it into the zone, right wing. Bounces to the far corner. Chaika leaves it for Emmett Sproul. Swoops in, has the handle. Gives to the point. Henry across for Golden. Off of his skate. He'll just keep in. Backhand it down deep. Golod watching there, as is Chaika. Bouncing puck. Glove down by Playfair. Chaika gets on top of it. Trying to get a shot away here. Tied up as he heads over to the far side circle. And Emmett Sproul knocked off the puck. Lifted ahead by the Spitfires as Garrigan drops it off to the far corner. Erie jams it behind their net with 6 minutes to go here. Now it's the Otters' Maxim Golod, and a shoulder to McDougall comes up high. He's slow to get up as the puck is shot ahead by Colton Ince out to center. And McDougall gets back up into the play. Brings it in right wing. McDougall against his old team. Wrist shot. That's blocked. Rebound trickles to the corner. Duff feeds McDougall once more. 27 in goal for Joe Mack. He'll hand off the Duff at the point. Drysdale now right side. Waits. Flips it to the net. Just wide. It skips it over to the far corner. Held in by Erie. McDougall. On further for Maxim Golod. Drysdale trying to jump into the play. The pass is cut off by Corcoran. As Corcoran planted on the end glass. Hands off to Foodie as he bounces this ahead and carries. Leave it left side into the Erie zone. And he'll chase this down. Fresh bodies on coming behind him. As the Otters tie him up along the near side. Cannot clear. Held by D'Amico. Puts it off the body of Jamie Drysdale. He'll feed it up the boards for Brendan Hoffman. As the Otters work this thing north, Brendan Sellen takes over. Drysdale directs traffic. He wants to chase it down after it's flipped in by Brendan Sellen. But Drysdale backs off. Anticipating the defensive efforts on the way because with possession is Windsor. Stevenson will stash it into the zone. Murphy slide it around the dasher. Here once more to the biscuit. Here in a 3-3 hockey game, under 5 to go now. 4.5 exactly as they take away by the Spitfires on that pass. And Cole Peru comes the other way. He draws a call as he steps around Brendan Sellen. Golden touches up. And a hooking call with 4:22 left. And Erie will be shorthanded for a third time tonight. Two for two so far. 4:22 left. Here in regulation. And the turkey on the table for the Windsor Spitfires that jump back ahead. You saw a 2-goal lead disappear here in the third. Evening us at 3. And they control after the draw. Corcoran, one-timer off the mark. Left to the near side. Jack Duff slow to get up here. That one went off of his leg. He blocked it. He'll hobble back to the front of the net as Erie trying to dig this loose. Chaika sends it around the horn. Bouncing puck. Chasing is Garrett Podovny. Angle has it. Turned around by Garrett Podovny, but able to hold on. Spitfires in control with 20 seconds off the power play clock. They send it cross ice. Nathan Stales down to the half wall. Down low for Purbu. Once more. Stales to the point. Corcoran. Right side. One timer on the way. Angle blocked by Duff. And he'll send it skipping to the near side corner of Windsor zone. Gutsy penalty killing from Jack Duff on that shift. And here come the Spitfires once more through center. Drop pass for D'Amico. Hit by Joe Mack. Loose puck near sidewall. Joe Mack gets enough of it, and it's on rolling to Colton Ince, and he's going to be forced to hold on. No, he'll play it. Never mind. Right in front of Chad Yetman was trying to take it away, and Chapman has the puck now, right side, trying to toe drag, and it rolls off his stick with Foodie and Stales on top of him. But down to the final 45 seconds left. And Foodie winds things ahead. Sidecars left and right, but he makes that one last stick handle move. Offside. Luke Boca. 3-3 the score. 3:02 left in regulation. 41 seconds to go. And the penalty to Brendan Sellen for hooking. Here's Cooley left side into the zone they come. They'll set up the power play as the Otters step in front of that pass intended for the Blue Liners. Chaika spins it down ice. Half a minute left in the power play. Garrett put up the on his horse trying to chase down Luka Heno, who speeds off through neutral ice. Around one, hit by Martin, puck down behind the Otters net. Sent to the far boards. Garrett Podubny chops at it. Cooley keeps it into the corner where it comes to Ryan Martin. Puts it off a couple of gloves. It bounces into the Erie bench as the whistle will sound. Face off in the neutral zone with 10 seconds left on this kill. .2:31 to go. Now, overtime doesn't really help anybody. They do pick up points if we were to get there. But it won't do any changes in the standings. So we find out who picks up the extra one. That's if we get that way in the next 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Here's Playfair. Twisting behind the Erie net. Out of the box comes Brendan Sellen. Drysdale stays with Playfair, forces him down to the corner. Poke checks it off his stick. Drysdale continues to stay after it. 2 men after him. Look out, they get a man loose on the right side. Save from Murphy. Right at the face-off circle, they deny him. And Erie's Brendan Sellen charges back the other way, drops it in. As Stevenson holds it down to the M boards. Corcoran takes over. MacDougall on him. Sellen in to sweep it out. It comes out to Drysdale at the point. Winds up, slap shot, off a stick and out of play. As Frasca deflects it behind goaltender Ince and into the netting behind him. With a minute and 52 to go. So it was last March that we had a tight game between these two squads and saw Hayden Fowler tie the game up with just seconds on the clock, and then Fowler won it in overtime. And this one here tied at 3. Erie does not have the hero in Hayden Fowler at their opportunity tonight. Brought back to Erie ice, quickly moved ahead by the Otters, and the pass from Chaika to Sproul was picked off by Angle, and back in come the Spitfires. Right side, wrist shot save made. The rebound right there, and Erie hammers it off the far glass and out. Cleared the last second by Chaika. That puck sat to the right of goaltender Dan Murphy. Could have been easily snatched in. Erie gets to the rebound first. And now, after in the offensive zone, Chaika chases, but it's Purbu jamming it up the forwards, and this will skip down the ice. No icing on the play as Drysdale takes over from the near side. Ahead for goal line. Pass behind Sproul. He'll find it at the line. Send it down ice on a clear and run by D'Amico as well. They both head off on the shift change into the final minute of play. In regulation time, we might be heading overtime once again. Behind the Erie net though. Trying to end this one before. Here's Boca. Turns, fires. It's off his skate wide. It'll come to left side. Heno shot save made. Rebound in front. And the rebound sent to the near corner on the backhand try by Boca. Leaning in on him is Drysdale. 40 seconds to go. Drysdale's going to wrap up behind the net as Boca powers his way back to the near side. Knocked off his skates now. Followed up by Campbell. Trying to give to Boca behind the goal again. Half minute to go. Wraparound try. Loose in front. Podubny will pick it up. And he'll head out towards neutral ice. Got the clear. 23 seconds left. Lifted back to Erie ice. Campbell on his horse. Moved by Ryan Martin. 15 seconds left. And ahead off the skate of Hoffman. Podubny to chase with 12 seconds to go. Down to the near corner of the Spitfire zone. Hoffman didn't hold in, but Henry will. Angles it down with 5 seconds to go. Here's Hoffman. Poke check the last second. Henry follows up. 2 seconds. Throws it on goal. Saved by Ince. And he bounces on the puck as the horn sounds. Well, it is now just a 1-point swing. As both teams pick up a point, we head to overtime. We will need a break. The Otters tie things up at 3. Overtime on the way next. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Meet you at Molly's before the game, after the game, or for the game. The modern Irish pub is the Otters away game headquarters with live stream broadcast. Molly Brannigan's hospitality is rivaled only by her cooking. Our new menu features the finest homemade Irish fare, along with a wee bit of the unexpected. Happy hour is the perfect pregame. Score with buy one, get one appetizers and discounted drinks. And don't forget to try our Otters signature sandwich, the ultimate fan food. Molly Brannigan's, just north of Perry Square on State.
Every time you enter the doors at New Motors, you're guaranteed to find the most experienced team in town. They understand the value of teamwork, provide great customer service, fight to get you the best price, and at the end of the day,
outstanding customer service is our goal.
Only at New Motors.
When you visit, remember, tell them Larry sent you.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Overtime from Erie. 22 seconds apart, the Otters stash 2 goals to even things at 3 in the third. And we'll head to the extra frame. Well, now the Otters need to make up 1 point. Or you find yourselves behind the Spitfires by 4. With control, look out, played out in front of their own net here. Backhand try, here's a kick, save by Jean-Luc Foudy as he robs Yetman, who is prone along the ice. Here's Drysdale, turned around by Cole Purbu, and the Otters take over the puck once more. Yetman drifts across the line, comes right towards me. They'll send down to the corner, fakes the drop, carries behind the goal. It's Drysdale at the point. 3-3 hockey game. Drysdale moves right and drops it off left for Chad Yetman. Going to work away from Jean-Luc Foudy. Great skating ability as he hands off to Drysdale. Now takes over. Wheels behind the net. Jamie Drysdale trying to feed in front. Chaika's tied up. Hook loose. Chaika to the goal. And he sends it wide from feet in front of Ince. And now Jean-Luc Foudy charges ahead to center ice. He lost the handle, which rarely happens, as wiping out as one of the Otters and Maxim Golod. They'll reset Corcoran. They want to make changes here. The group's been out for 1 minute and 10 seconds. They will do so. Corcoran and Purbu head off as Engel wheels behind his own net. The Otters set up in the neutral zone. Here comes Engel. Trying to wheel around one. Gets around the Otters defender, Jack Duff. But he runs out of real estate as Podubny takes over to the near corner. 1.5 off the clock here in overtime. Furthered for Max Golod, but he can't take the handle, and this one's pushed ahead for Engel. He'll pick this up into the right wing side of the Otters zone behind the net. Drop it off in front, poked by Murphy away. And Golod settles it down behind the net. Erie leads the league with overtime wins. 7 of them. They're 7-2. As Erie deflects it into the zone, they'll give up possession, and Windsor takes over. The Spitfires, 3-3 in overtimes. They have gone to 2 shootouts. Here's Podubny. Just takes it away from Stales. Hoisted ahead, looking for Golod. That goes off a body, and they still have the puck going to the backhand to Mikko. Saved by Murphy. He's got it back. Throws it in front for Douglas. That pass is off the mark. Poked down head to center ice. Jamie Drysdale takes over. Makes his move. Drysdale in on goal for the 5-hole save ins. And back the other way, it's Windsor for Douglas. Around one, Douglas walks in front. And the pass across couldn't be reached by D'Amico. Here's Chad Yetman, turns away from Douglas. Gives it ahead. Here's a 2-on-1 Bruin. Drysdale with third man. Yetman drags, and he lost the handle. And look out, it's Windsor's turn. Left wing side, Douglas. Waits, pass across, off a skate. Erie picks it up in Drysdale. How much does he have left in the tank? Drysdale picks it up left side. In on zone, goes, shoots, save toward the goal line, and holds on. And the whistle sounds with 2:09 to go in the extra frame. Up and down action here, and Jamie Drysdale with 2 opportunities denied by Ince twice. And a timeout called by head coach Chris Hartsburg. Holy smokes, what an overtime. And the Otters want to rest up. You got 2:09 left. Rest up. Drysdale was out there for quite a bit. And they were pretty much dead sprints up and down the ice for both those teams. And the 6 guys out on the ice. Murphy and Ince have been up to the task here in overtime. .209 left in the extra frame. They went to a shootout in this building, the Otters and the Spitfires. Back in the first meeting. On October 20th, a 4-3 shootout win for the Erie Otters. They're still 2:05 away from that. Garrett Podubny in control. As Jack Duff joins them. Look out, Erie sends it near side of their own end as Purdue's going to run Garrett Podubny to the ice. And Max Golod will take up the biscuit. Golod sprints ahead, 1-on-3, trying to go between the D here. Pokes it to the goal. Stick save made, bobbling the puck. Here's Foudy as Max Golod almost full goaltender Colton Ince. Head man for Cole Purdue. Duff trying to stay with him, gets a shot away and a stick save from Murphy. Near side Corcoran, bounce to the line and over the stick of Jean-Luc Foudy. He'll reset from center and bring it in left wing side. Erie makes one change. Foudy has the puck. Curls it on for Corcoran. Watching Golod, walks in, wrist shot, save Murphy, rebound near side, poked by the Otters. And ahead comes Chad Yetman. He's the fresh body on. Yetman, right side, walks in, Yetman shoots, kicked away by Ince. A rebound to the far boards. They'll set it up. Drysdale, a man on for Erie. Corcoran still out here, gives left for Jean-Luc Foudy. Two bodies in the front. Foudy walks in, heads to the slot, near side for Corcoran. Sharp angle, hits the outside of the net. Minute to go. Off a stick, and it bounces to center. And the Spitfires will take control, get a few bodies on. Drysdale, the man ahead as he watches angle. Gives left to D'Amico, cruises into the Erie zone, and drops it off for angle. Watched by Drysdale. Lost the handle, but able to poke at the Steos at the line. He comes down towards the goal line now. Wheels behind the Erie net. Comes out to the right side circle. Holding his Steos. Back to the left circle. Jams on the brakes. Spins back up top. And across the zone once more. Leaves it for Angle. Pick play. Wrist shot. Save made. Bouncing puck. Erie look out. Thrown to the near side corner. And it'll be moved by the Otters as Joe Mack had his legs clipped out from underneath them. But Erie takes possession. 15 seconds to go. Speeding off his Drysdale. His pass nearly intercepted. Drysdale's going to pick it back up. Trying to get it across. And a stick lifted by Curtis Douglas. 10 seconds to go here. Behind the net. Moved by Heno. 5 seconds. They got enough time. Charging right wing side. Erie tries to join. Heno shoots. Save made. Steered to the corner. And we're going to need a shootout from the Erie Insurance Arena. Seven shots on goal for the Spitfires, 5 for the Erie Otters in overtime alone. And we're going to need a shootout to decide who gets the extra point tonight. We'll step away for our final break. Shootout is next. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260 AM.
Whether you're an empty nester or a new retiree, when it comes to protecting your health, you want a sure thing you can count on, and that's Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Nationally recognized by J.D. Power for outstanding member satisfaction with Medicare Advantage plans. When you need great customer service, count on Blue. Whoever you are and wherever you're headed, when you need us most, count on Blue. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. This award is neither endorsed nor given by Medicare. For award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Hi, this is Ed Rendell. I've got to admit that I was sort of a dinosaur when it came to using social media. But my son found Epic Web Studios, and we began working with them. And they've done an incredible job with us. They've significantly increased our followers on Twitter and Facebook. They make sure that we put up the right things. They capture every good thing that I've said or done on TV and get it out real quickly. And it's been just a revelation to me, and they've been tremendous to work with.
Don't be a dinosaur. Call or text Epic Web Studios at 814-746-6987. The Sheraton and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels are proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. Join them for their pregame and postgame celebration at the award-winning Bayfront Grill or the brand-new Shoreline Grill, located just minutes away from all the action. Let them help you fuel up for the high-energy game with their extensive menus and craft brew selections. You ought to be dining with the best. The Sheraton Erie Bayfront Grill and Courtyard by Marriott.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back here inside the Erie Insurance Arena. Or after an energetic and exciting overtime period that saw 11 combined shots in the 5-minute session, we'll go to a shootout for the extra point. The Otters, well, if they would win the shootout, they'll just be 2 points behind the Spitfires and will win the season series. But it comes down to this. The Otters 3-1 in shootouts on the season. The Spitfires 1-1 in shootouts. As we go to take the ice here, Windsor will shoot first. And Chase Campbell will start us off. Campbell comes left, now down the middle of the ice. Walks in, goes to the fake, and beats out the goaltender Murphy and puts it in on the forehand. 1-0 with the goal. Campbell on the board. His first shootout attempt of the season. He's 1 for 1. And Chad Yetman goes next. 0 for 1 in his career in shootouts. Yetman comes right. Moves the puck on the forehand. Goes to the backhand. Scores! Yetman lifts it over the outstretched Cole Nintz. And Erie evens things up at 1. Well, Erie went to their longest shootout of the season back in North Bay, a 12-round marathon. We're tied at 1 here as Cole Purbu picks this up. He drifts left and now cuts back to the middle of the ice. Continues a little bit left, goes to the backhand. Saved by Murphy. As Murphy, a 76% stopper. He has stopped 26 of 34 lifetime in shootouts coming into this action. As Garrett Podovny goes next for Erie. 2 for 3 this season. 33% lifetime. Wide right, the left-hander. Now makes his move, walks in, getting a piece of it. It's Colton Nintz as he stretches out, got the blocker on it to deny Garrett Podovny. And into the third round we go, tied at 1 in the shootout. Staios is next. 0 for 1. Comes right. Hits the circles, walks in, shoots, blocker save by Murphy. And Maxim Golod is next. 4 for 7 in his career. He'll pick this up on the backhand. Goes right down Main Street. Max Golod fakes. Poke check by Ince. Was not fooled by the move between the legs. And Max Golod trying to pull off, and Colton Ince makes the stop. Into the fourth round we go. Curtis Douglas next for the Spitfires. 1 for 1 this season. Douglas drifts right, 6'9", 250, comes left now, shoots. Blocker saved by Murphy. And Peter Chaika, the next over the bench for the Otters. 0 for 1 in his only attempt in a shootout. Can win this here. We're tied as both shooters scored for both teams. As Chaika drifts right, can win the game. Goes to the backhand, cannot beat goaltender Ince. Wanted to try the Peter Forsberg move. No dice. Angle next. 0 for 1 on this season. Comes right, hits the circles, walks in, goes to the backhand, denied by Murphy. And the Otters once again an opportunity to end it. And it's going to be the former Windsor Spitfire Matthew McDougall. In the fifth round, McDougall, his first attempt as an Erie Otter against his former team. McDougall shoots, glove save. Ince has it and denies Matthew McDougall. Into the sixth round we go with a shootout. Jordan Frasca. A goal here on the evening. The left-hander comes left, now makes his way to the middle. walks right down Main Street and has it poke checked away. Murphy denies another one. Brendan Hoffman next. 0 for 1 this season. He also has a goal on the evening. Can end this hockey game and give the Erie Otters the extra point. And he has a pinpoint shot. If he wants to use it, he'll go right down Main Street. Waits, holds, dusts it off, backhand, hits the post! And we'll go to a 7th round. Tried the same move as Chad Yetman to the backhand, but he hits the iron. And here we go again. Will Cooley. Next for Windsor. Drifts across the zone. Walks in. Shoots. Saved by Murphy. Oh, how long will we go tonight? Alex Gritz next. His first shootout attempt. Will pick this one up. On the forehand now. Walks in. 5-hole. Sliding stop by Colton Ince. And into the 8th round we go from the Erie Insurance Arena in this shootout. Who wants the extra point? Luke Boca next. Longtime Spitfire, Memorial Cup champion in 2017. Boca brings the puck in, shoots at 5-hole. And the Otters must score here to extend the shootout. Next up, Brendan Selleck. 1 for 2 in his OHL career. And the Otters' first-year man picks it up on the forehand, comes to the right, hits the circle, walks in, waits, forehand, scores! And will continue from Erie, PA. A 9th round is needed. Selleck extends it. Ben Kerrigan next. 12 in white. Former Hamilton Bulldog goes right down the middle of the ice space. Goes forehand. Saved by Dan Murphy. And Erie will send Emmett Sproul out for the opportunity to end this hockey game in the 9th round of the shootout. Tied this game up. At 7-12 in the 3rd, and the Otters' first-round pick in 2017 brings it ahead. Walks, goes looking to the 5-hole, and it slides through! Sproul ends into the 9th round, and the Otters pick up the extra point. 4-3 your final. Otters come from behind. 2 goals in the 3rd. Emmett Sproul ties things up at 7-12. Then that's the shootout winner. And the Otters, their 21st victory of the season, will move within 2 points of the Windsor Spitfires for the final playoff spot in the Western Conference. We'll step away for a break. Duskus Martin Funeral Home post-game show up after this. You're listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
The Sheraton and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels are proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. Join them for their pregame and postgame celebration at the award-winning Bayfront Grill or the brand-new Shoreline Grill, located just minutes away from all the action. Let them help you fuel up for the high-energy game with their extensive menus and craft brew selections. You oughter be dining with the best. The Sheraton Erie Bayfront Grill and Courtyard by Marriott.
An Erie landmark since 1953, Nunzi's Place serves generous portions of great food at reasonable prices. Family owned for almost 60 years, Nunzi's prepares the finest Italian cuisine in Erie. Come see why the Erie Times-News said Nunzi's is known for food that tastes good. Nunzi's Place, located at 2330 East 38th Street near the Bayfront Connector. To call for reservations or place an order for takeout, call 825-2940. Nunzi's, known for Italian food that tastes good since 1953.
Okay, we're going to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza,
artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Fresh dough made from scratch daily.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you like.
It's all one price. Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven
for fast bar perfection.
That's Blaze Pizza. Sound good?
Then come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
Peachtree Square in Erie.
Northern Pennsylvania Regional College. Where are we? The answer is right here, in your hometown, in your neighborhood, in your community. We are here offering 2-year degrees in workforce development where is needed the most. With evening classes, our students can balance life and work without having to leave their community. Visit regionalcollegepa.org for our degree options and application process. Northern Pennsylvania Regional College. This could change everything.
Love where you live? Find yourself here with NPRC and enroll for spring 2019.
Sadly, crime can strike anyone at any time. The good news is the Crime Victim Center of Erie County has been here for 45 years helping all victims of crime, be it rape, theft, assault, vandalism, burglary, or abuse. Report any crime to the police within 72 hours to secure your rights to victims' compensation and restitution. Call the Crime Victim Center of Erie County at 454-9414. They'll assist you in filing a claim, and if you need counseling, contact them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're not alone. The Crime Victim Center of Erie County can help. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
The new home of the Erie Otters, WRIE Erie, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
Welcome back inside the Erie Insurance Arena, wrapping things up here tonight after a marathon shootout. Sees us go to 9 rounds here tonight. Not the longest Erie has seen this season. They went to 12 in North Bay back in November. But tonight, the Otters able to draw within 2 points. It's a 3-point game because you go to overtime against the team you're chasing. So Windsor picks up a point. They have 47 points. Erie gets 2. They got 45. And still, for the Otters, you have games in hand on the Windsor Spitfires. They have played their 54th game of the season. This was game 52. The Otters have 2 games in hand to make up 2 points. They also win the season series with the Windsor Spitfires, 3 games to 1. As we welcome everybody back into the Erie Insurance Arena. I'm Aaron Cooney. It's the Duskus Martin Funeral Home post-game show coming at you live from the Erie Insurance Arena. Let's recap that for you. As this Duskus Martin Funeral Home post-game show brought to you by Duskus Martin Funeral Home, working tirelessly to give your loved ones dignity. And it was Windsor in the first period. They took a 2-0 lead, and boy, did things seem kind of bleak. After the first 20 minutes, Erie outshot 13-10, and a pair of goals for the Spitfires coming from Chris Playfair and Jordan Frasca head us into the second, where the Otters make something happen 5 minutes and 10 seconds in. They didn't threaten much after the first couple goals for the Windsor Spitfires in the first, as the offense kind of backed off a bit. With the Spitfires, you could just tell they had the momentum rolling. And sorry, lost my train of thought there. Was just giving a delivery here. So, Otters kind of lost the momentum a bit there after the first 2 goals for the Windsor Spitfires. They scored a minute and 47 apart. Those 2 to go up 2-0. And it was pretty much Windsor the rest of the way out in the first period. The Otters got something going brewing in that second period. A 5-10 Maxim Golod makes it a 2-1 hockey game and draws the Otters within 1 as they continue to press. It's Windsor at 17:54 taking advantage of a break into the Erie zone, a 3-on-1 as Jean-Luc Foudy sets up Connor Corcoran as he nets his 8th of the year. And once again, the Otters are down by 2. Windsor has not lost a hockey game this season when leading after 2 periods. 16-0. They got a 2-goal lead to play with, and the Otters did not back down. They came out with authority. This is what you wanted to see if you're an Otters fan. And see this group battle its way back. And how about a pair of goals in 22 seconds to tie things at 3. Brendan Hoffman at 6:50 walks the goal line, a little backhander, fools Colton Ince, and the Otters within 1. That next shift, 22 seconds later, a poke check right at the left circle, sets up Emmett Sproul following up. He just snaps it to the goal. It beats netminder Colton Ince, just fools him on the short side. Erie ties it up at 3. We head to overtime. This was a heck of an overtime. 11 shots combined in the overtime frame. Nobody could beat a goaltender. Both teams had great opportunities, but we would need a shootout to decide the evening's winner. And also in the shootout, we would need 9 rounds to go through and 18 total shooters. The first shooters would score. Chase Campbell and Chad Yetman both completing their opportunities. No dice in the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8th round. Luke Boca tallies 1 5-hole for the Windsor Spitfires. Erie does the same as Brendan Stellan slides it underneath the legs of Colton Ince. A save for Dan Murphy as he denies Ben Garrigan. And comes down to Emmett Sproul, Erie's first round pick, 21st overall in 2017. And Sproul goes right down Main Street. Just continues to dust off the puck. It slides 5-hole. Colton Ince full of it. And it just barely crosses that goal line, and the Otters take the hockey game in the shootout. Final score 4-3. They win the shootout 3-2, and a 2-point advantage there for the Erie Otters. It's really 1 point to make up. And they're within 2 points of the Windsor Spitfires with 2 games in hand, heading into the final 16 games left of the OHL season. It is going to be a marathon down the rest of the way. It's the Duskus Martin Funeral Home post-game show. Duskus Martin working tirelessly to give your loved ones dignity. I'm Aaron Cooney, and thanks for tuning in this evening. A big one for the Erie Otters, a big victory here tonight. And then tomorrow, or rather, we'll have the day off tomorrow. Handful of times you can see the Erie Otters. We'll get to that. For the next time out for Erie will be Tuesday against the Kitchener Rangers, and another major game for the Erie Otters as the Midwest Division rivals go at it again. The Otters and the Kitchener Rangers, and they'll look to avenge the hockey game from here in Wednesday when the Kitchener Rangers laid the smackdown on the Erie Otters at the Erie Insurance Arena in this building. So that's the next time you will hear from us on Tuesday, live from the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium, and the Otters visit the Kitchener Rangers. 4th meeting between those two teams. And as we wrap things up here on the Duskus Martin Funeral Home post-game show, let's take a look at tonight's Ironworkers Local Union number 3's Iron Men of the Game with tonight's 3 stars. Colton Ince from the Windsor Spitfires, as he stops 28 Erie Otters shots and also 6 in the shootout. Emmett Sproul, the 2nd star, game-winning shootout goal, also the game-tying goal in regulation. Sproul, the 2nd star for the 2nd straight night, and Dan Murphy, the number 1 star, as he stops 32 shots, including 6 in overtime, and then he also stops 7 in the shootout. Big night for Dan Murphy in net. The Otters do take advantage. They come up, they step up when they needed to. It may not have been as you might want to write it up, but it's 2 points. And it's 1 point made up on the team you had to make up points against in the Windsor Spitfires. And you got 2 games in hand to make up even more. We'll take one more look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Brought by the Sheridan and Courtyard Erie Bayfront Hotels, proud sponsors of the Erie Otters. 2 Otteries staying with the best. As finals around the league, a few of them trickling in. Ottawa Downs Hamilton, this is earlier action. 4-3 that final. Saginaw defeats the London Knights 6-3. 12th over Sarnia 4-1. Flint 4-1 leading the Barrie Colts with 10 minutes to go. And how about this? The Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, they had a 6-2 lead going into the 3rd period. The Ice Dogs make it 7-6 with a minute and a half to go in regulation time. And in Owen Sound, the Attack have a 4-3 lead on the Kingston Frontenacs. That rounds out the out-of-town scoreboard. As for the Otters tomorrow, kind of a day off. But they'll be serving breakfast tomorrow. The Erie Otters Pancake Breakfast, the fan club breakfast. Tomorrow morning from 8 to 12. As the Otters will be serving up breakfast from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Stephanie's Grove in Catering. $8 for adults, $5 for kids. That's all you can eat pancakes. Comes with sausage and a drink. And then also, the Erie Otters Kids Club party is later on that evening at Get Air Trampoline Park. So Kids Club members can go and join the Otters and bounce around on the evening. As that's the Otters Sunday. Monday they'll have off. And then a big game Tuesday. They take on the Kitchener Rangers in Kitchener. At 7 o'clock from the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. For Anna Ashcraft back in studio, I'm Aaron Cooney. The Otters, well, they'll gain a little bit of ground. 1 point they'll pick up on the Windsor Spitfires as they defeat Windsor 4-3 in a shootout. All these points matter. They'll take them as they come. As the Otters pick up win number 21 of the season. I'm Aaron Cooney saying goodnight. We'll talk to you Tuesday night from the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. You've been listening to the Erie Otters Radio Network on CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
You've been listening to Erie Otters Hockey on WRIE Erie. Follow all the action throughout the season on the new home of the Erie Otters, CBS Sports Radio 96.3 and 1260.
And they're at 33-1. So I won't be picking, if I pick the Patriots, I won't be picking the Rams. And if I pick the Rams, I won't be picking the Patriots for next season. That's a given.